Yo.
There you go.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can indeed.
All right, great. Is my audio all right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good. Because sometimes my mic sounds staticky because the wire's broken. But all right, man. Finally, you got your session on the
Yeah.
way. You've been probably waiting for a long time.
It's only been a week.
Oh well, yeah, it's still a long time. All
Yeah.
right, so you watch my Twitch, you watch my streams. I'm sure you watch some of my VODs, maybe not all of them,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know the rundown. I don't need to ask you that
Yeah, yeah.
question. So go ahead, share your screen, queue up a game.
Yeah.
Hope you're warmed up a little bit.
It was an awful game last game, but the next one
Uh-oh.
will be different.
Yeah, hopefully. Yo, what's up, Jay?
Do. There you go. Let me know if you see it okay.
Okay, great. And just for the folks that are watching or that will tune in through the VODs, just tell me a little bit about yourself. So, what is your current rank?
So current rank is silver 1.
Okay,
My
peak.
peak was gold 2.
Okay, gotcha.
But I felt when I hit gold 2, which is episode 8, it
Okay,
was playing a lot with my friends who have been a higher rank because they've been playing since
gotcha,
beta.
gotcha. So,
Um,
how many hours do you put in a day? You
um,
can go ahead and queue as well.
okay, so I've got quite a big
What's
family.
up, Sunflower?
I am a dad, 4
Yep.
kids.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So I get roughly in about 3 hours a day, but in between that time I do DM
Okay,
quite a lot
gotcha,
as
gotcha.
well.
Yeah. So,
Because it sometimes DM, especially when the kids can be a bit rowdy and they're just
right.
watching TV. Sometimes we're not doing anything. I can just
Yeah,
go and
yeah.
DM, leave if I have to.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I can normally get in
Match
about 3 games
found.
a day.
Okay. Yeah, it must be tough with 4 kids, man.
It's
How
fine.
how old are you, by
They're
the way?
great. I'm 34,
34. Okay, so
35
you
this year.
probably are my oldest student. The other guy, Haas, was 32.
Yeah, yeah.
So okay. So what do you want from Valorant? Where do you want to be? What is your
So
goal?
the original goal, I know like a lot of people probably on here want to get to Immortal, but like that would be nice
Right.
eventually. But I've got to be realistic about obviously what I've got
Of
at
course.
home.
Mhm.
I just want to get to a stage on the game where I feel comfortable going into every game that I'm making some good impact,
Yep.
and that
Carrying the
like
games,
yeah,
winning. Yeah. No worries.
yeah.
Can
So
definitely work on that. One thing I'll say is that, like, usually I follow up with that question because, most of my students are young. You watch, so
yeah.
they're a lot of them have a lot of time to play. They have nothing else, just school and play. So I usually follow up with, what are you willing to do, right? What are you willing to
Mhm.
sacrifice? But with you, it's like you're not able to sacrifice much. You're not able to do too much. You have 4 kids, so it's a little bit hard. So I have to be realistic with you as well. Like, playing three. I'm not saying that playing 3 hours a day only you can't get to immortal. There are people that
Yeah.
have done that, but it's gonna be a lot more difficult, right? Because
Um,
it's more of a, you gotta think about the game outside of playing rather than getting better at the game by playing
yeah.
it, right? So, yeah, I'm not
I,
saying that you can't do it, but yeah, go ahead.
I'd be fine like not getting to more if that didn't happen. I can live knowing, but just getting to a stage where I can feel comfortable
Right.
playing
Yeah,
just the game without
100%.
like overthinking.
Hmm.
Right.
So, what's your
Uh,
main role? Your initiator main?
I know I normally play Initiator, but I can
Nice.
play other roles. The only one that I don't really play is Sentinel.
Gotcha.
Um, but I can go Sage, like if push comes to shove.
Yeah, okay, gotcha, no problem.
Locating targets.
So with you, I might take a
Footsteps
different
going to A.
approach.
All missiles away.
Some more around here.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
16 trade.
In tree.
Nice. Okay. Spike one at A. Grenade!
Makes you beefy.
And that's how we do it.
So with you, usually I don't talk, right? But with you, I'm gonna
Yep.
take a different approach because you don't get to play a lot. So I think it's better for me to actually kind of expedite this process, if you may will. Like
Okay.
we'll talk in between the rounds, stuff like that. Overall, that was a good round. Good drone down B. You heard the A. You missiled. I would probably just use one missile there on tree, and then one on the main right here, right where you're looking, right
Okay.
this corridor.
Okay.
That way
Yep.
you can cover both points. But overall, that was a good round. Good kill on breach.
Light
A
munitions.
little bit of a whiff, but pretty good.
All missiles away. Drone going up.
Echo B.
Omen,
suppressed.
back of A. I'm gonna come to you, Omen.
Planting C.
Spike
Planting C.
planted.
Omen, come with me. We'll go flank this way.
Alright.
One enemy
All
remaining.
missiles away.
Oh.
Good.
Well played.
Good kill in the beginning. Good one tap. You know, I like that you asked Omen to come take space with you. That's very more of an intermediate advanced thing to do. Most people just AFK run through spawn to the other side, right? So that's like a little bit of being proactive. So I really like that.
I've been watching your videos.
Okay. So that's probably where you learned it, right? Because it's
Yeah.
important, right? If you watch, especially my videos and stream, like it's important because when you have the space, taking it is just a deduction, right? When you have a main like that, you just know they're all C, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, in that round, you kind of had a feeling already, but there are times where you walk down, you take down a main, and you just know where they are, right? It's like map packing. So good round, really good proactiveness.
Locating target.
I'm droning A. Breached on an A.
All missiles away.
Coming in through smoke.
Okay, so there, I'm just gonna, this is what I do usually on the second session, but I'm gonna do it with you. Is
Yep.
I'm gonna ask you a lot of questions so
Yep.
I can see where you are and to see if so you can improve much faster. But what do you think you did wrong there? In
Not
that
holding
round,
the
so-
right angle. I saw the row
Okay.
in a flash.
Right. Yep.
And I wasn't. My crosshair was nowhere near where she should.
Yeah, so
Where she was going.
you're pretty much spot on. Like, I like the drone. You got a lot of info that they're A main, right? When Omen
Yeah.
smokes that, you gotta hold the smoke. That's usually what the
Okay.
smokes are for. Just hold it, because you were on the like drop front side, like not back side, but on the left side, right? It's like a little bit of the back side of the pillar on A. So you just hold the smoke, and you probably would have killed that Rona. Shoot the flash, and then shoot the Reyna, or uh, you can just let her in the whole way. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
because you're kind of caught off guard.
Yeah.
You just stay tucked, let her run in. You hear, and then you just kind of hold an off angle or just kind of peek, swing, however you want to play
I'll
it.
drone raise.
But that was yeah.
Locating targets.
Zenfo, what's up, man? Fuck with the videos. Thanks, man.
Great
Appreciate it so
company,
much,
man.
bro.
Suppressed.
Thanks, man. Video coming out every day, pretty much. Whenever I have sessions, and my thumbnail guy, he's just busy right now, so the videos have been a little bit
Coming
delayed.
through door. All three were running through. Oh, my bad.
One enemy remaining.
And we will. I'm still writing notes, so we'll still deep dive after the game. But I
Yeah,
think
no
with you,
worries.
I think it will be more beneficial if we kind of talk as we play. I think it's much better.
Gecko's creatures will survive without.
So over there, overall, that round was pretty good. Good identification, good
Someone buy
awareness.
for us, please.
Gracias.
Thank you.
one thing I'll say is you're just a little bit too out in the open there on C main.
Yeah.
I like what you were
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
do. You know, you heard the door open, but just use your terrain a little bit. You know, hold
Yeah.
a tighter angle. You may have killed him and got away if you did. That's pretty much it on that one.
Drone going out.
Omen's in the smoke at the back. Faye.
All missiles away. Ignition. That was clean.
Thanks, Richard.
Sky A long.
So there, I think you can actually wait. Like Lotus, right? So it's like when they go A, they go A, right? They stun,
Yeah.
they just start running it down. So you can kind of maybe listen a little bit,
Okay.
3 seconds, or just wait for the utility, see if they're gonna breach stun or anything, right? You kind of will feel if there's nothing there or not. If you don't, then you can
Spike planted.
maybe drone, but you're just instant droning. So it's kind of like they probably, maybe obviously it's a silver, so maybe not, but at the higher levels, they'll automatically start picking up on that and they'll wait out your drone, right? Like they kind of did. The Omen was really far back. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
he was like by himself or what, two there only, but
Yeah, because Sky
One
started
enemy remaining.
right.
D.
Yeah, but for future reference, it's like if you just save it or just be more patient, I should say, like wait 3 more seconds, see if anyone's there, stuff like that. You probably would add a little bit more value. You'd probably get a little bit more info because you only saw Omen. If you waited 3 seconds, they didn't think you were droning. You probably would see 2 to 3 if they ended up walking up, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would just say, and also you know where the breakable is on A main, like breakable door, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
could probably walk up, like start on B, break the door, and then drone, listen, and then drone through there, or start where you started and walk up that way, listen. If they're coming in, obviously you're gonna have to drone right away, but that one's probably more of a riskier approach. But I would start B, break the door, and then listen, and then drone
Yeah.
if need be, whenever or whatever, missiles and whatnot. But yeah. Just that way you get more value, right? You.
Cover going out.
I'll come with you, Omen.
All missiles away.
Spike down. C. One enemy remaining.
He used his ult.
On cooldown. All missiles away.
It's all on you, Teo.
30 seconds left.
Drone going out.
I don't even know what he said though. Ugh.
Okay, what do you think you could have done a little bit better there? It's not too much.
Probably gone to C a bit quicker.
Not even that. So what I would say is, you know how you're missling mid for him? You're placing
Yeah.
both side by side. I would have put one on the wall, one in the corridor where the corridor of them coming into B. That way, if they
Okay.
back up off that missile, they will take some sort of damage, or you may even kill
Yeah.
them there because you're using them both right where the wall is. Right there, likely they jumped the wall or something. They baited the wall.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
All missiles
Right,
away.
like that. That's good.
Spike
This is how
planted.
it ends.
Last player standing.
Locating targets. One suppressed.
Thrifty.
Let's try.
Ugh.
They're nothing but flies.
Not much
what
you
we
can do
got?
there when your
What we
whole team's
got?
dying.
I need a drop.
Oh, no. It's only... Vice can't buy. Yeah, the amount of crouching that goes on, I was like, eh.
One thing there's maybe you could save your ult. I think, in my opinion.
Okay.
It was like 1v3, like 1v4, 1v5, 2v5. Like, might as well just save it for that gun round.
Locating target. All missiles away.
Could rotate.
Spike down. C.
Back to you.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, no.
On cooldown.
Gecko was on A.
Flawless.
Honestly, the amount of times that happens when I hit my F key, I'm like, oh, come on.
It happens.
I demand what I'm owed.
Raise, watch out. Raise, just be careful. I'm just letting you know I'm a bit crazy.
Love it.
He is a bit crazy. Very crazy, in fact. Kind of, kind of insane. Not in a good.
Rain flash on A.
All missiles away.
Going to flash A.
Drone going out. Three suppressed.
Yeah, 3 on A. At back of sight.
Going up, rubble now.
Spike down A.
In tree. Spike down in tree.
Omen A stairs.
Go get him.
Spike planted.
So there, what do you think could have done a little bit better?
Better position.
Grenade.
Right? Yeah, that's pretty much all it was. You
Expect him to push up.
you started stairs, you backed up, and then you came back. So once he flashed you, you're too far away. If you just sat in the
Yeah.
stairs and he flashed you, probably could have got a chance to kill him because you can see him up close. But
Okay.
Enemy spotted.
yeah,
A.
I think there was a little bit of a movement inefficiency there. You went back, spawn, came back, right? It's like if you stayed there, maybe at least you have a chance. In my opinion.
Last player standing.
Or you know, you could even just commit to going to spawn back to heaven. That's what I do too. When I want to give up stairs, you give up stairs, go back spawn, come to heaven side, so you hold the entry into the site. If you get what I mean.
Right. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean anything wrong. Can you hold A main, Raise? Tree is mine.
Sunset C long, I think.
I've got your trail.
All up on C long. I can't see where I'm going.
Spike planted.
Raise, go, big boy.
All missiles away. Drone going out. Grenade is live.
So I was all fingers and thumbs then.
Yeah,
Christ.
yeah. Good round by you overall. I'm actually not sure how you're still alive, but
Oh no, neither am I.
that
I
was
was like,
pretty good round. Um, there, all you have to, I think you just save your. Once that third guy dies there on sight from Ben, just save
Yeah.
your nade for main. You just shoot at main probably is a little bit better because you shot it. I guess it's a little bit unlucky because you shot it while he was dying, but um, yeah, it's you gotta identify these situations
yeah.
a little bit better.
Rain of flash A long.
All missiles away. Locating target.
Guy tree.
One suppressed.
There's gonna be one stairs here behind you.
Oh.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
There's gonna be one more to your left.
Spike planted.
Light munition.
Last player standing.
Sure.
Shame. Thrash isn't done with you.
Oh,
Unlucky.
unlucky.
Nice try. Oh. Yeah.
Last round in the half.
Spend those spreads before we lose them.
Rain's opping as well.
Fully, I have wall hacks. Fully.
Oh god.
I've actually had
Joking.
2 cheaters for my student. I had 2
Yeah,
students that
I've-
rented. You saw those, right?
Yeah.
Like that, it just seems crazy to me. The amount of cheaters these days are just insane.
Grenade is live.
At least one on C.
I'll rotate to C.
Solar
Smoke's down
solar
on
flare
C.
this rank. I think he's silver, gold peak, EU.
Push in.
All missiles away. Drone going out. Drone is down.
Ah. Whiffed. Both on C.
All good. So one thing I'm noticing is that the Reyna will flash A long, and you just give it too much respect.
30 seconds.
You gotta just
One
shoot
enemy
it
remaining.
immediately.
Okay.
If you know what I mean. Because you're letting her gain space by her flashing, and you do nothing. You don't know what's going on, right? But if you shoot it instantly from stairs, she's gonna be a little bit worried herself, being like, "Oh fuck, somebody's there. I
Switching
can't swing
sides.
this all the time." Or maybe in this elo they will, but a higher elo,
Yeah.
they'll kind of respect that as well, because A is a site, and you know that probably, where A is a site usually, not in this lobby because you guys are playing like 2 or 1, but usually it's 3 people on A. So when the Reyna flashes there and it gets shot, she's gonna be a little bit on her toes. So
Yeah.
I would just shoot the flash. You did it 2 or 3 times. You just let her flash and take rubble, right? Just shoot the flash,
Okay.
and show her a little bit of dominance there in terms of like, hey, you cannot do this to me, like a mental game. EU silver 1, yep. And then you just whiffed on Reyna. You should probably kill the Reyna, but
Shake them.
overall,
Yeah.
yeah, it's fine. It happens. Happens to me too. Home airplane 939. Good to see you, my friend.
Missiles away.
Yes.
All right.
Last player standing.
Single.
Happens. All good.
Make them beg.
I was like, I got the breach and the Rainer, and I'm like,
So you know there, you probably need to identify rotation. You missiled close because you felt like they're fighting for it. You gotta just
Yeah.
tell your team, get the fuck out of here. Let's run. Let's go C. Let's go
Okay.
B. If you guys all came back mid and killed the guy B, which you did, but if
Yeah.
you guys did it together, B is free. So
Let
we gotta get to
let's just rush B
Weapons up.
here.
Comes open.
We've got shit guns anyway. Let's just rush it.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
Run, run, run.
Hell yeah, B pop time.
Reloading.
Yeah!
All set.
All missiles away.
Spike planted.
Last player standing.
Precision kill.
Good to see you too, man. Nice, bro. Saturday, man, I built the bot for Discord, so it's super sick. There's gonna be a queue match, like it's sick. Like it's not gonna be me making the team.
And if
Well,
they don't,
Guns.
yeah, it won't be, but
Guns.
it's captain's mode. Automatically makes the teams. You know, there's map bans, stuff like that. It's super sick, bro.
Can someone watch A just in case Breach stuns it, just to see if they're on there, and then we just run C.
Raze, come with us.
Omen's C long.
drone going out. Down. All missiles away. Take it.
Up on top of box.
One down.
Should probably tell them to rotate.
Toxins going up.
Rotate, rotate.
Launching thorns.
Okay, just running it down. Fine.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good.
All
Three
good.
down. Spike planted.
I guess this is peak silver gameplay.
To be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if there's bronze and irons in here.
For
Sometimes
sure.
it happens to
One
me.
enemy remaining.
Toxins going up.
Which some games are
They think
like
it is no
inconsistency is
honor to
a killer
resist
for me.
They're welcome.
Like you being inconsistent.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
like some games I'll pop off and then
Right. It's all good. We'll work on that near the end, or
yeah.
yeah, after we kind of dive through this game.
What we got?
Careful.
Shall we stand back to see if he uses utility?
Blinding crack.
Watch this guy B from me. She normally likes playing it. I'll drone.
Locating target.
Let's go. Let's go. Oh, God's sakes.
Patient. Reloading.
Reyna was
Last
flanked.
player standing. Spike down A.
Toxin screen down.
Yeah.
I feel the strain. Block it out.
I thought they all paid last round. Should have checked. Okay.
Careful.
So one thing I'll say is that okay, it's only been 4 rounds, but they've started to run down every single
Yeah.
part to take space, right? So tell your
Yeah.
team, guys, they're running down. Let's split up. Let's play default. Let's just wait for them. Maybe you wait for them.
Let's play default and wait for him.
Yeah, you're just gonna kill them. They're gonna run down. Just hold, like, sit in a corner.
Blinding crack.
They're probably gonna push out that stun. This guy's already walked out B. Just tell them like, hey, they're running out spawn.
Grenade is live.
Awful position.
I don't think it was your positioning there. It was just a little bit of a patience thing. You know he was about to run out, right? I knew he was gonna run out, so
Yeah.
you gotta just have your gun ready, because they don't know you're there,
Last player standing.
right? You kind of showed them you're there, and it was a little bit unlucky because you shot at him with your stun while they're running out. But if you just waited,
Yeah.
1 second, you probably would have killed both. So. Because your Viper, in a sense, baited for you, right? When they see Viper there and she dies, they're not gonna think anyone's there. So, and the Gecko didn't. He didn't clear you. He just started running out, looking forward, right? So
And then we might as well save again. Just so we've all combined next round.
call the same thing, guys. So it's default. They're just running it down. We'll kill them inside
Let's
spawn.
default again. Let's see where they run it down from.
You get what you fight for.
Oh,
Nice try.
terrible with a sheriff at the minute.
It's all good.
Lock track destroyed.
So you should also tell them, hey, Omen is 110, is 1 HP on the phone.
Last player
Yeah.
standing. Spike down A.
Nice try.
I'll isolate the problem. You crush it.
Mm.
Move.
That was a little bit unlucky.
Yeah,
Reloading.
I was like strafe right into a bullet.
Yeah, that was. I don't even think he was shooting at you, to be honest.
Rip and tear. Learn their life.
Holy moly.
Spike planted.
Omen's ceiling.
Last player standing.
Ugh.
Match point.
Killing them is easier than all this radio night business.
It's not often attacks harder on Lotus than defense, but here we are.
It is a attack-sided map, but yes, in a sense it is harder because it requires a lot of team
Set your
play
posture.
and
Yeah.
rotating. Obviously, at this elo, they're not doing any of that. They're just running it down.
I've got
It's a
your
little bit
trail.
hard to play.
Grenade.
Ammunition. Qué huevonada.
So here you should just call to go C or A. Whatever
Go
you
C.
decide. Probably going A is better. They should probably rotate over. Just tell
Go
them
away,
to
go away.
Yeah, I like this call. The Omen's on C, so it's one max on A, and I don't think he's there.
Cover going out.
Bomb buddy out.
Placing wall trap. Rock placed. Launching thorns.
Locating targets. One suppressed.
There's stairs.
Shadows traveling.
All missiles away.
It's one flank. You have 3 bullets, by the way.
Arsenal!
It's gonna be to your left, to your left, to your left.
Monster on the loose!
They're both there, both to your left.
One enemy
This
remaining.
is how we end.
Oh, they would defeat.
No.
I wasted my ult there.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a waste.
This
Yeah.
should be simple
Ugh.
enough. I flushed them out, you finish them.
Sometimes when the rest aren't common, it's hard to know what's going on sometimes.
Right.
So you
Yeah,
just
it's hard to
like-
be unaware, aware.
Yeah.
But still, that's something you should be good at without communication.
Yeah.
And we'll work on that. We'll talk on that when the
Isolate
game
and
comes. But
exterminate.
Live munition. Confirmed
Good.
kill.
should probably call to go away.
Go away.
Cover going out.
You could even open the door here and start droning in.
Drone going out. All missiles away.
I'll go for flank.
One enemy remaining.
Rest in peace.
Good
my
shit.
dear.
Remember, nobody's a hero when they're crying.
That was a bit better.
Good job. I like the repositioning there. The Reyna saw you on the first time, and then you threw your grenade and you moved to the right, right? So he did not expect you to be in that corner.
Yeah.
So I like that type of movement there. Storing him off, right? He is silver 1. Yes, he is silver 1. Steer clear, elite. EU will say silver 1 is radiant. NA will say silver 1 is like unrated. I guess.
Yeah, spike.
Spike down A.
Sky was B.
Shadows traveling.
B pillars, he was.
I have the spike. Here. Cover going out.
One enemy remaining.
Not ready yet.
Placing wall trap. Rip and tear. Thorns activated.
Spike plant. Not ready yet.
Rip and tear.
Not ready yet. Shadows traveling.
I don't believe them.
Flash place.
I think they got it. Probably a little bit of a throw if they lose this round.
Last player standing.
But that's what it is. L337 is elite.
Well played.
Makes me feel like I'm 14er, man. I don't know. Steer clear, elite.
My shadows they will hide through.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm like overthinking about aim and stuff, trying to get in my head about hitting shots, I play so much worse in terms of trying to actually hit them.
Interesting. I think overall your shots are starting to hit now. You're not whiffing as
Let's
much,
kill
so
this competition.
I don't think it's that much of an issue right now.
Breach on C. Oh, oh, maybe I was wrong. Jesus.
So you should call C here.
C.
Yep, it's
One
it's
enemy
open. Just run
remaining.
C, run C.
C.
I'm trapped.
Maybe a missile for him.
Last
missiles
player
away.
standing. Spike down. Attacker spawn. Close.
Not sure.
Defenders win.
Oh well.
All right, let's get into this. You know, good game.
I play better than the last game
I think
before
you
joining
played.
the session. To be fair.
I think you played pretty well in my eyes. There are things we gotta work on, but
Right. So I unshare my
yeah, you
green.
can stop sharing your screen. You can watch my screen, and then we will get into these notes real quick. Oh, I think I have tail. I'm pretty sure I have tail. So should be able to get in it. Hopefully I have tail. I'm pretty sure I have tail.
I
Yes.
normally mained
New
Fade
weapons.
Gotcha.
as Initiator before Teo came out.
Gotcha.
But I do mix it up. If someone picks Teo, depending on the map, I normally play Fade with them. I think the util works quite well with each other, or Breach.
Yep. Yeah, Fade's pretty good. Still in the meta. Breach is still in the meta. In pro play, they play a lot of Breach Tail right now.
If they get
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
Like that, a lot of
I
Fade.
shoot
Yeah.
them.
So
Yeah,
If they
I've been
die,
watching the
well, they have
VCTs.
only
Yeah, I watched it last
themselves to
night.
blame.
That's
My
probably why
ultimate is ready.
I'm feeling tired. I stayed up kind of late
Well, it
watching it.
was morning for me.
Yeah, morning for you. It's early in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
morning for me. It's 5 a.m. So it's like, after a long day too. But yeah, I was watching those games. They were playing Breach Tail like almost every map. Sorry, what am I supposed to do here? Yep, this one. Okay, let's get into these notes, sir. Okay, so
Yep.
you've heard me probably say this is I'm gonna start with your cons first, your general notes,
Mhm.
and then we'll go to your pros. I'm gonna try my best not to get sucked into these because I don't know why I just keep doing it, but I just get so carried away. But okay, so um, if I were to rank these, okay,
Mhm.
when I think about it, I think probably your utility usage and comms is actually probably your strongest trait. You're communicating well, you're feeding information. It could be slightly better,
Yeah.
but it's not like you're quiet like your whole team was. You're trying to tell them what's going on. Hey, let's group up. You're trying to make calls even when I wasn't telling you to make calls, which is great. That's more of a higher level thing. You want to be like a leader, right? You're much older too, so you're probably experienced in life. You understand the leader role a little bit, which is great. So yeah, it would be I would say your comms is your strongest, utility usage is second. Okay, your game sense is probably third. And then
Mhm.
I would say that, I'm not saying one or the other are better. I think they're quite similar, is that your aim and movement and positioning uh, are 4 and 5. I'm not saying one
Yeah.
or the other are better, but those are just a little bit of our mac, or I guess it's a micro movement, and then are just mechanics of aim, right? Macro movement is more.
Yeah.
I think your macro movement is pretty good, as in like you understand where they're going, you kind of understand how to kind of get ahead of them, where they're gonna go, stuff like that. But I do feel like you still need to work on this information processing speed,
Yeah.
and kind of just getting better at deducting where the enemy team is, because it's a simple
I,
question. You should be able to answer this with your eyes closed and your ears closed. But how many enemy players are there?
5.
Exactly, there's 5. So when you kill one or two on C, when they walk down like that,
Yeah.
like you have to be that guy to be like, guys, go now, because you guys lost that last round. I'm not saying solely because of you. Like he should have
Mhm.
started running to you as well. But
Yeah.
it took a little bit of a while, even though it's
Yeah.
2-3 seconds you took. This game is a game where decisions need to be made instantly. It's the
Yeah.
time of anything is low, right? So that's that. Were you gonna say something?
Yeah. I do think, like I mentioned earlier on about again with my aim, it's either all or nothing most
Right.
most days.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do agree. Like my movement and positioning,
Yeah. Yeah.
like I think it's more because I get into my own head about where they get. Like it's not
Right.
my
Right.
decisions come a
Yeah.
bit
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, yeah, there's like hesitation, there's a little bit of
Yeah,
uncertainty,
yeah,
like you don't know where they are, there's a little bit of fear as well. And that's common. It's most people, even
yeah.
I used to have those things, but we gotta look past those. But
'Cause
and
I-
I'm when I say your aim is 4 and 5, I'm not even saying it's ground level, okay? I actually do think you're quite balanced in all these skills. What I've noticed through my time of coaching, which is very short, but still, it's a range of students.
mm,
It's really common to see a imbalance, a huge imbalance. Like their aim is like an 8, 9 out of 10, and everything's ground level, or like their brain is like 7, 8, 9 out of 10, or these other categories, but their aim is on the ground level, right? It's always this like huge, you know, imbalance. But for you, I feel like your overall, all these skills are somewhat on the same level. They're all like fives, sixes,
yeah,
all we, maybe 4 to 6 around there. We just have to bring these all up together, and then you'll start really, really improving. Because I do feel like your mental game is probably much stronger than your mechanics, right? Obviously,
mhm,
you're a little bit older, fundamental mechanics and mechanics in general fall off as you get older because you're not 15 anymore where
yeah,
your reflexes are
uh,
super sharp and your mind is moldable and it can just your fast twitch muscles are there, right? You may have not been, I don't know your life, but it's just common that older people stop kind of exercising and you
oh
have
yeah, yeah.
kids, right? You know what I mean? But if
I'm
you're
I'm waiting for an operation, so there's no
th-
exercise
that that
at the
that
minute.
exactly that as well, right? People, mechanics are usually a physical aspect, right? Moving your
Yeah,
fingers, moving your form, like, right? Aiming is your whole arm, your wrists, your forearm. So you really need to work out to maintain these fast twitch muscles,
yeah,
especially when you're aging. I'm not saying that you don't, or because I don't know, but generally. So yeah, so I feel like overall you're quite balanced. There are some things we gotta work on, which we will when the
yeah,
round specific comes. But so that's how I rank it. Okay, so let's move on. I'll start reading them now. But so let's start with your comms. Okay, he needs to feed information after he dies. Hey, and I wrote, hey guys, Omen is 1 HP and on the flank. Remember that round right
yeah,
here where
yeah,
you
yeah.
almost killed him with the sheriff, so he's 110. But when his body,
110 and they was
right.
going A.
And
Yeah,
then they were stuck here, kind of. It was like a 2v2 or two, yeah,
yeah,
2v2 situation, and um, you gotta tell them, guys, because you gotta tell them, guys, Omen's 1 HP coming towards you guys, flank from C. That's all you have to say, because
yeah,
when his body language is over here,
There.
his intention is out here. It's much different from
There.
over there. Over there is different. If you hit him 110 over there, and he killed you from over there, it's a little bit different from over here.
There.
When he kills
mhm,
you from here, he's likely gonna continue to commit because he's already taken up so much space.
yeah,
He's gonna keep going, especially at these lobbies. I'm not, I'm just being objective. Like these are super low level lobbies where
yeah,
they're not thinking. They don't care what the hell's going
yeah,
on. They're just gonna run down, and they were. Remember, I told you, I'm like, because I identified round 3 or 4, even like 2. I'm like, okay, these guys are just so aggressive. They're just running it down default, and it started working a bit. Right? It was 12. It was 7-12, and you guys caught it back to 11-12 because you guys started defaulting. You guys understood, or I told you guys to do it, and then you guys started doing it well because um, I understood that if you guys just sit and spawn, and I'm sure you understood as well, that you're
yeah,
just gonna kill them. There's walking it down from C, B, A, all angles. All you have to do is kind of sit and spawn
yeah,
together, right? So, that's that. You need to just tell them, guys, he is coming to you guys behind because this Viper, your team, he was like unsure, not really certain. But if you told him that, he probably would have been ready for him. And he's 1
yeah,
HP. He had an Odin, but he died because he looked and I was looking at his POV he went like this, or the other guy's POV where he was like this, and you can see him go like this. He's looking, and he comes back and he died to the Omen on the flank. So I would like you to feed a little bit more information. And I'm not saying you don't. I think you do. There are times where like, hey, let's go together. Hey, come with me. I'm gonna leave you here. Let's go here. Group up, right? I whatever it is, but it needs to be constant, as in every single piece of information, whether you think it's not important or not. Well, and, obviously there's a silver. They weren't even listening to you. I was like, call A, you called A, and the guys just ran it into C, right?
yeah.
But I'm
That,
just trying to help you.
but
Yeah, go ahead.
stuff like that doesn't bother them. Like if they don't listen, they don't listen.
Right, right.
Old enough to
This
not
is
give a
just
shit about that.
I'm just really trying to help
Yeah,
you think more of a higher level player and get
yeah, yeah,
ready for higher level
yeah.
lobbies where, um, that's how you're gonna have to speak. So that's really how to improve is to not believe that you're a high level player.
Mhm.
Obviously that's important as well, but you got to start thinking like one or
Yeah,
acting like one, if you may will, like so.
yeah.
That's the first step, really, because I know you want to get better, and we will get you there. Obviously, 3 hours a day. I'm gonna be very honest. It's gonna be tough, but
Yeah, yeah.
as long as you put in some work every day, even an hour, 2 hours, you will climb. Um, but for you, you even told me you do DM. Okay, anyways, we'll get there when the aim part comes back. Okay, so
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
move on.
No worries.
So that was pretty much it for your cons. I would like you to just feed more information
Yep.
overall, be like more of a leader. You're a leader already, but more of a leader. Hey guys, he was last seen here because these guys are so unaware. They don't know what the hell's going on. So
Mhm.
if you tell them, hey, he was here, guys. Oh, he's here. Oh, one on A, one on B, whatever. Two on B. Like when you that last round when you kill him here, you should have just killed the first guy. Come see, come see. Kill the guys. It's open, right? So stuff like that. Because obviously it's a little bit unlucky. He's just sitting there AFK, but that's that with your comms, really. I would like you to just feed more information. So,
Okay.
aim. He's having a lot of inconsistencies and whiffs, and I wrote overall weaker aim. I do believe near the end you started showing me your real aim. You're starting to
Mhm.
delete them. You're still taking too long to kill them.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't think your aim is ground level. Okay, I think it's not bad. It's not bad. Like all it needs is a little bit more of a routine,
Yep.
a little bit of a tweak in terms of what you're doing, stuff like, and we'll work at that at the end of this session. After this, I will
Okay.
show you some stuff, and I'll really focus on that because I think for you, you really need it. Um, and then the next thing is, uh, panic shooting. You like to crouch, insta crouch peek. Some not all the time, but a majority, good majority like this. All from
Yeah.
here. Okay, even
It's
here like this.
it,
Yeah,
it's really odd because that's only come into my game like recently, and I've got no reason for it, and it's something I'm trying
right,
to work on just to
right.
stop.
Mhm. And we'll work on
J-
that as well at the end. But it's very common. Even I catch
yeah.
myself doing it too. I'm a Counter Strike player. I'm not sure you're in my generation. A slightly, yeah, we're probably in the
Uh,
same generation. But
to be
yeah,
fair, Valorant was my first like proper like
FPS.
tactical shooter.
Gotcha, gotcha.
I was more like Halo
Gotcha, Halo.
growing up.
Right, right, right. Like
Yeah.
console
So that
Halo?
what's that? Sorry.
Like console Halo or
Yeah,
PC Halo? Go,
console
go.
Halo. Console
Yeah,
Halo.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
like 2007, it was just
Yeah, yeah.
shooting and throwing
Right,
plasma
right,
grenades.
right,
Like
right.
I
And
didn't have to.
gravity hammer. Yeah, yeah, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Didn't have to think. So this was my first introduction
yeah.
to these. Like never really played
Gotcha.
Counter Strike.
Yeah,
So
yeah. But I'm sure you've seen a lot of Counter Strike, right? Because
oh yeah,
in your
yeah,
days, I'm a little bit younger, but still, like it was popular in Europe, right? It still is. It's one of the biggest games, in
yeah,
Europe. So, people really see it a
yeah.
lot. So, but
It
overall,
was more
yeah,
COD and Halo
yep, yeah,
for
for sure, for
for
sure.
us.
Yeah, 1.6. But yeah, so we're kind of the same generation. So, but yeah, it just needs a little bit of a refinement. One
Yeah.
thing I'll tell you, and you probably heard me say this, is that aim is the easy thing to get. Right? It's
Hmm.
so easy. All you have to do is work on it every day. The
Yeah.
hard thing is your positioning,
Hmm.
understanding map knowledge, pathing, lurking, understanding advanced concepts as well, like re-hitting. You probably heard me say these a lot, but re-hitting, fakes, default,
Yeah.
contacting up, stuff like that, right? So, and we will get there when the rounds kind of come up, but yeah, like I'm not too worried about your aim. I'd really rather work on other things, like movement, positioning, utility usage, your micro and macro movement positioning, and
Hmm.
also just overall understanding tendencies, and we will, stuff like that, because you have to understand in this game that's all it is, right? Have you played poker at all?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
So
I'm a bit crazy at poker. It's normally all in
right,
on the
right.
first round, and
Okay, yeah, and that's fine.
yeah,
But I'm asking that because you're older. I know that you
yeah,
probably played it. I'm not gonna ask a 15-year-old if you played poker, but for you, I play poker as well. But when you really do play poker, you understand you need to know what the other guy is doing or thinking,
Yeah.
right? You got to see if he's gonna go all in here on this street, on the flop, the turn, the river, or he's gonna check raise. Is he gonna check raise me here? Should I go all in here? Should I bluff him off here? Should I call him? Should I fold? Right? So, what is he overall thinking? Stuff like that. How does he play? Is he a maniac? Is he going all in every hand like you're saying, or is he only going all in when he bluffs, or is he only going all in when he has value? Is he uh is he betting small when he has it? Is he betting small when he bluffs, right? It's like poker is really complicated, and you know if you can try to grasp poker, that's really what the mental game is in
Mm.
almost anything: chess, poker, video games, sports. Okay, that's really the pinnacle of mental games, and once you get a good grasp of that, you'll be really good at this game because that's all this is. You got to understand not only how they play as a team, but you have to understand how they play individually as well. They are running
Yeah.
it down on us on defense every single main as a team, and also the Reina, the Sky. The Reina keeps walking down A main. The Sky, you gotta kind of know what they're individually doing as well. Omen keeps walking. Like I just know, right? Because I'm seeing it. So I'm collecting this data. Omen just keeps walking down C main. Sometimes Gecko. Sky was going down mid every single time. Reina was walking down with Breach sometimes, all the time. Gecko would come down from A as well sometimes as well. He would switch it up, but usually you can kind of see how I'm thinking, right? I just know it's like map packing. I know what the hell they're gonna do, not only in tendencies but in frequencies as well. If I can get a feel that they're doing it every time, I'm gonna play accordingly, right? If they're doing it
Yeah.
once out of 10 times, okay, there are gonna be times where or most of the time, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm gonna let them take it that one time out of 10, stuff like that. So understanding frequencies are quite important as well, and tendencies, patterns, stuff like that. But overall, yeah, aim is the easy thing to do. So let's move on from there. Movement positioning. Okay, I just wrote inefficient in his movement, and that was like that round here where um your stairs, you get scared by the flash, you don't shoot it, and then
Oh
up
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
come up
yeah,
this way, and then you came back down, and the omen was ready for
yeah,
you because you gave him so much space. If you just shot the flash and waited, or hold him
yeah,
here, whatever it is, or he even flashed you but you're closer, so you can still kill him, stuff like that.
yeah.
You'll become a much better player. This is something I think this is
Okay.
the major thing that you got to work on is just efficiency of movement. You have shining lights sometimes too, where you're like here, you've cleared it, and you're like, hey, come with me, and that's great. But it's still it's got to be consistent, right?
Yeah.
Every single situation, every single round, whatever it is, you got to just be ready and have good pathing, understanding where you need to go to set yourself up for success in terms of
Hmm.
winning the round. Because in these lobbies, I'll be brutally honest. Um, this isn't a lobby. This isn't an elo where you can play with your team. Okay, you gotta be that guy where you can just
Yeah.
drop 30 every game. That's the only way you can get out of these lobbies. I'll be
Yeah.
brutally honest, because um, you know, unless you're that's pretty much it. Like unless you have like a 5 stack or like a trio, that's solid, different story, but still that involves team play. But for you, you're usually solo queuing, right? But
Yeah. I solo queue, but
right,
I've also got a few like do 3 stack
right,
with friends and
right.
stuff.
But the solo queue is probably the majority of your games, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
we gotta understand that you need to be that guy where you're killing 3 to 4 every round, not once in a while, once every 5. Okay, at the higher levels, it's gonna be a lot. You can't do that every round. Some more team play involved. But at your levels, you need to do that. As in, you are 1v4ing literally every no breaks. Like you need to be
Yeah.
dropping 25 plus every game to win. Even that might be too low. You need to be dropping like 30 plus in these lobbies to win. Solo. If you have a good team, it's a different story, right? But
Yeah.
um, you cannot kind of rely on these guys. Um, but at the higher levels, you can start relying on them. But you are in a little bit of a different boat because the elo is so low that if you're in a bit of like a gold plat elo, it's a little bit different. But like you're in the bottom of silver, so it's like, oh, it's pretty much iron, and iron players are just they just have no awareness, they don't listen, stuff like that. So you got to be him, and we'll get you there. It's super easy. But
Yeah.
uh,
There were bronze and silver in
right, right,
that lobby.
right.
I didn't realize one of their names was Chief Queef.
Yeah, and and I also think that you are much better than these guys. Like, you're destroying these guys in most of the fights near the mid to the end game. Early games, you're obviously nervous. You're not
Yeah.
heated properly, stuff like that. So you're whiffing a lot. But yeah, just a little bit of we need to understand how to move better because
Mhm.
aim isn't what gets us kill. Like it does in terms of mechanics. Is I gotta make sure I hit his head and shoot him.
Yeah.
But in terms of uh, finding them or being 2 steps ahead and killing them, stuff like that. It's really our positioning, knowing where we need to be, setting ourselves up. Oh, they're coming. Yeah, I sit here, I kill 3, whatever, or I go here and I fight 3 and kill them, and then I use my aim mechanics. But it's really where you need to be at the right time is more important
Yeah.
to in my eyes than the aim, because the mechanics is it just only helps you kill them, but the movement positioning helps you. Uh, find them more frequently, if you may will kill them more
Yeah. Get
frequently, because you're using
one
your
step ahead
brain.
of them.
Yeah, like being a step
Yeah.
ahead, just being ready for them, if you may will, because your aim, a lot of times raw mechanics aren't ready for it. It's what you're thinking, right? Oh, they're coming out
Yeah.
here, or what oh, there's 3, so then you get ready. But if you don't know that, like a lot of the times people are on the ground level or just not ready
Mm.
for it or just looking somewhere else, stuff like that. So that's more important, the mental game and the movement positioning. So the last note on this one is you're getting caught flat-footed a lot. Okay,
Yeah.
you are standing out in the open. You got a kill here, great, that round, and then you were reloading out in the open. You gotta kill this
Okay.
guy. Come here, reload, kind of just jig. You can just do a little jump peek, see what's going on. You can
Mhm.
jiggle to see what's going on. This is super fast. They cannot see you, so um, you can do some sort of information peeking mechanic, but you're getting caught flat-footed a lot. Have you played sports at all?
Uh, yeah, yeah. It's
Okay,
not.
okay.
I don't play much. I'm more. You heard of snooker before?
Got so, okay, it's like a pool player. Okay. Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah,
But in sports, I'll just briefly touch on this. It's like they always teach not to stand still and AFK, right?
yeah,
You got to be on the
yeah, yeah,
go. You got to be going to where the ball can go, or where you can pass it to them, or they can pass it to you. So it's a little bit of that concept, as in, don't be caught flat-footed. You have a tendency to a
yeah,
lot. I think that's a lot of the times why you die, and it's a look. Obviously, that's not the only reason. It's a little bit of a combination of your movement, your panic shooting, instant crouching, and also flat-footed, where you're getting unlucky because you're flat-footed. Um, you're just out in the open. But yeah, that's it. So let's move on. Utility usage can make missiles more efficient and cover their exit path. Like, we talked about this in game,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's not too hard to understand. But you kept going like this.
Two in one.
Right,
Like,
like, or
yeah,
All
like
missiles
overlapping,
away.
or like this, where
yeah,
you could probably just go like this, because there was a wall and he was watching. You could probably just go like this,
All missiles
right?
away.
Stuff like that. You did it on a couple other rounds, which I'll bring up, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Just be a little bit
yeah.
more efficient. Oh, this round as well. Remember, you were on B and you double treed like this.
All missiles
Right,
away.
you probably could have just went like this. Like, if they're not in yet, you go here. If they are
Oh
in it
yeah,
and you're worried they're gonna go sight, you go here and then here.
All missiles
That
away.
way, it will deter them for at least 2-3 seconds, and it'll give give your team some time to come up. Whatever the situation, it's all situational. But in this specific one, yeah, this one is probably not the best.
All missiles away.
yeah,
If they're in, they're not gonna die. They're just gonna sit in tree, and then if they are in tree, if they are about to go in and they see this, they're probably not gonna
Missile
go in
deployed.
when the door's open. But I would like you to just do this one, so it
All missiles
deters
away.
them. It's because it's too late, right? I think in this specific round they're already in. I can't remember
yeah,
exactly, but it's probably better to just
yeah.
deter
I
them.
think I remember the round.
All
Yeah, I think
missiles
I
away.
saw.
It was early on, round 4.
Yeah,
They opened
I
the
think I saw
door. Yeah,
Gecko on like the mini map, and I just
yeah,
went.
yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Because this takes time, right? It needs time to get there and
yeah, yeah,
start exploding. So what you need to do is put it where they're going to be instead of where they are. That's kind of what you're doing. If we could sum it up, you're shooting it where they were last seen. You got to shoot it
yeah,
where they're going to be. So if you see him here, where my crosshair is, we got to put it somewhere here, like here or here, where the distance it's traveling plus the time to break, maybe like over here or over here, that it'll hit him or deter him from going in or buy your team sometimes. So that one's that. Overall, I think your utility usage is pretty good. It needs a little bit more patience though. Remember we talked
Yeah.
about this round too, where you're on A, you're just
Locating
instantly
target.
starting to drone. Yes, I understand that this has a long range. It goes for a very long time, but you know, like I said, you can come here. You know, try to mimic it.
Yeah.
You know, if you come here, start of the round, you take your knife out. You kind of don't hear anything. You can set up, take more time to set up. You hear something, you probably have to come over quickly and do it like this. And you hear them like, oh fuck. You probably have to do it from here.
Locating targets.
And then you would get more. You get more. You look. You get all the way into their spawn. So you get a little bit more value in terms of time on the drone. Also, your missile. So many times you're using these in bad moments, like here. You know, like here when you're sitting here and the Viper was here and the Viper dies and they're
Oh,
running
you get
out.
killed.
You
Yeah,
can
yeah,
hear them running towards you. They're not gonna expect you here. Okay, at the high levels,
Yeah.
higher levels, maybe. Okay, but like these guys are just clueless. He was running out like this,
yeah.
and he didn't turn until he saw the missile about to hit him. So he's like, "What the hell is that?" And he looked, and they killed you. So you gotta kind of, yeah. Go ahead.
I think that was more like me not feeling comfortable getting a kill with the
With the sheriff.
sheriff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
fine. But you gotta use this earlier then, because you want to
yeah.
deter them from coming out. But
Ammunition.
you have to understand the situation. Okay, there's two people there. Okay, they killed a Viper. They're gonna, and their style was that they're just running it down. So um, this won't really do too much, but buy you time. You're gonna have to take a fight
Yeah.
sooner or later because there's two of
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
If it was one, different story.
Grenade is
But,
live.
this is all this is gonna do is buy you time. You're gonna have to take a fight sooner or later. So all you had to do is kind of just be patient, calm, kill him, kill this guy. One tap, stuff like that. You probably would have killed both, but yeah, you just panicked. It was a little bit of a panic, maybe a little bit of a lack of awareness. Okay.
Yeah.
But you know, nothing too crazy there. It's just these things we can work on and you can think about as well. The next thing is he is expending it a bit too recklessly sometimes. So it's a little bit of the patience, kind of jump the gun. So there, it's a little bit reckless. Your ult over here on the
Oh, yeah,
water,
yeah,
remember?
yeah.
And then another time you did it on A.
Yeah. It,
When
it,
you're
it, it
when
was
you're
twice.
when you're backside, yeah, it was two
Yeah.
times. It was only two times, but still,
But
yeah.
I was aware as soon as I did it, I was like, for
Yeah,
God's
you're
sakes.
like fuck. You're like
Yeah.
fuck, right?
Yeah.
I noticed. I'm like fuck. He should have saved it too. Like
Yeah.
here, right when you were able to do it, it was 1v4. Like you should probably just
Yeah.
save it for the. And they were on eco, so you got. Not saying that you can't win this, but it's you guys were pretty much lost this round anyway. So you should have
Yeah.
just saved it for because they're on eco, so they have no guns, no point. You should have just saved it for the next round. Maybe you saving these two ults could have actually won you the game somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
Because most people
Yeah.
don't think about the game in that sense as in, oh, it was 11-13, that's it, GG. But there are rounds where you could have won, not you, but as a
Yeah.
team or whatever, you could have impacted the round in some different way, or you guys could have like even that round, the second round here on attack, you guys should have won that round. It would have been 13-11 your guys' way, right? Because you get two rounds, right? Because you
Yeah.
would have been a match point first, and you guys would have had the second last round would have won you guys the game, but you guys like just threw a 5v4 or 5v3. But that's my point is that you know those rounds add up at the end,
Yeah.
right? Because we're throwing them. We should have won them, and they're taking away and we're giving, right? And it would have been vice versa, where we're taking it away and they're giving us the round. Because there's only 24 rounds in regulation, right? So it's really important that we win every round that we're supposed to win in terms of percentage wise. You know, 80% win on this one should have been a 70, 60, 68, whatever the percent is. We got to understand that these rounds add up. So maybe somewhere down the line these ults would have came into play, maybe even in that last round if you had it still or whatever, you replenish it fast enough for you just ult him off, you guys start running and then set up 2v1
Yeah.
situation whether you guys were both at 1 HP or not. So yeah, it's really important that we don't expend these recklessly. We gotta, especially our ults, we gotta make sure that this adds some sort of value in terms of winning the round or killing a
Yeah.
lot of people that results in winning the round, or deterring them from defusing the bomb because they have to get off, stuff like you solo in the round, stuff like that. But yeah, just and we'll get there when the rounds come. So the next thing is game sense slash mental game. Needs to identify when to rotate. Okay, this is more of an attacking note. I think on defense, your defense is quite strong, but that's the common thing. It's strong. Everyone is strong. Everyone has a good time on defense. Even me.
Mm.
Okay, it's the easy side. They're coming to you. You're with your team. A lot of times. At the attacking side is easy in the sense you guys are all together, but there isn't much. Oh, sorry. 알았어. 알았어. 잠깐만. 바빠 바빠. 문 닫아 문 닫아. Okay. Anyways. Yeah. So. What I was saying is you gotta just. Um. You need to. What was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought.
It was the rotate on.
Yeah, you gotta
attack.
rotate.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're gonna need to just identify when to rotate. So,
Yeah.
defense is easy, right? Everyone just kind of sits in their corner, just waits for them. You isolate a lot of people. You're very quiet. They walk up a lot of times. The defenders can also hear them running, right? Stuff like that when they're running up. You can gain a lot of information, but the the uh, the attacking side, okay, you need to understand how to use these, or not even use these content, but identify what you need to do in this given situation. Like on A, they just stacked A, and you guys just kept
Yeah.
going in. Like you gotta just you gotta be that guy, especially in this rank, to say, get the fuck out of here. We need to go see right now. There's
Yeah.
the risk is too high, right? So it's a little bit
Mhm.
of map knowledge as well, because on Lotus, remember I was telling you, I'm like, when they go A, they go A, right? So
Yeah.
that's why the defenders will stack A and fight for this area, because they understand how important it is to protect here. That's why you need to understand that too. You got to look at it on the opposite spectrum. Okay, if the attackers need to take the space because it's so big for the attacking team, the defenders will do the same thing, and you just put yourself on the opposite shoes wherever side you're on. So you got to always think about it like that. You need to have been like, guys, get out right now, leave. And if they don't listen to you, and that's the common argument that I get, I'm like, you need to tell them, you need to lead them. They're like, oh, they don't listen to me, this is low lobbies. And I'm like, yeah, well then, show them why they should listen to you.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you run out with your knife, not your knife, but if you run to see it, it's wide open, and they're over here AFK because they cannot get in, they're hearing three people shoot at them, they're gonna eventually come to you, right? And I don't know if you watched Pookie's session last night, but
I did. Yeah. I
did
was
you
on.
do you remember the Haven game, his third game? Did you see that one or
Yeah.
no?
Yeah. I watched the
Yeah, yeah.
second,
So
third one.
remember
Yeah.
when he was, I told him, I don't know if you remember specifically, but I told him,
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, tell them to leave. And he's like, well, they're not gonna listen to me, bro, and we're gonna go for it. I was like, okay, sure, go for it. And then he's like, oh wait, we can't go. There's too many here. And then he
Yeah.
starts rotating. He starts running C, and initially he
It
says,
started.
initially he goes rotate, and he's just standing there, and I told him run, show them why it's free. So he
Yeah.
starts
Yeah.
running to C. He's on C in their spawn, and you can just see on the minimap the whole team just starts running
Yeah.
towards
Yeah.
him, whether he said something or not. It's like, and that's the thing with lower level lobbies is, you don't need to necessarily tell them to, like, you obviously should tell them, hey guys, let's leave, and give them the reason. There's too many here. But when the times are not listening to you, if you show them why it's correct, they will follow you, because these guys are all brain dead, right?
Mhm.
They people, it's just human psychology. People can understand and know when somebody's better than them, right? It's just built in us. We just know we know someone is slightly more smarter or stronger. Like, it's just a primal thing, right? Even animals, they know which animal is the alpha male. So when you lead them not only by words but by example, you making the right calls, you pulling the right rotations, stuff like that, they will follow you automatically. Stuff like that. Obviously, there are occasions that they don't, but generally they will. So
Yeah.
and you can use that example with Pookie. I'm gonna keep using it because it's such a good example. He does he It's the argument that he feels like they're not gonna listen, but that's not good enough to me. If you show them why you're a leader, why you're the best in the lobby, and especially when you show them you're the best in the lobby, they will follow the best player in the lobby, okay? Because
Yeah.
they understand they have some sort of deficiency so in their game, so they're gonna follow the guy that knows the best, right? And I've experienced this through my time, and I was not the best player in the lobbies all the time. Okay, when I first started playing, and in the middle of when I started improving. Okay, I was the player with the deficiency as well, but I knew I was smarter than most average people. in terms of Valorant. Like I would just listen to the guy that's showing me he's the best on my team, right? It just makes sense. If he knows
Mhm.
best, I should follow him, and that's what I used to do too. And 10 mans back when there was a bunch of Radiants in the 10 mans because rank wasn't out, stuff like that. Um, I would follow them and I would try to see what they're doing, how they're thinking, stuff like that. And you can pick up from not only that one person's thought process, but all of the good players' thought process that way by following those that are better than you. But I think, in my opinion, that you are the best here. So you need to show them not by words, but by example. Guys, leave right now. They're
Mm.
here stuck AFK, just looking into A main. You show them why it's free. Okay, you go here, clear this. Okay, you start running out. Okay, and they will once you're over here. Okay, around here, and you're not dead around this general area, they will start running to you. Trust me, I just know this because I've seen it enough, especially with coaching, and
Yeah.
through my own personal experience. But um, it just makes sense. But yeah, so identify this rotation. Okay, this is obviously that specific round where they're stacked. It's resistance. You guys couldn't even get past here, right? You
No.
even missiled here because you're like, yo, fuck, they're
All
fighting for
missiles
it. They're
away.
probably running up. Probably heard them or whatever. But that missile here tells me you know that they're fighting for it. Because why would you do that missile if you didn't think people were running up there, right? It's like a little bit of a
Yeah.
deterrent.
I would assume. I just assumed they were close.
Right, right,
And anyway, because that
right. Because you,
breach util,
yeah.
I just thought they would have been running it
Yeah,
down.
and you guys just couldn't go in. You guys could
Yeah.
not do anything. So that to me tells me that there's just too much resistance. If there was no resistance or very very little resistance, you guys would have been all running up together and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
um, just off the body language, I just know that there's just too much going on that you need to leave. So you gotta, and I'm not using the body language to identify rotation. It's just I know this map. Okay, they're gonna play 3 on A, and when they are playing out 3 on A, there's resistance. It's hard to go through. It's too much utility. So you need to tell them, guys, get the fuck to C right now. Run it down. Okay, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And you can use those for almost anything. Guys, group up right now. It's 5v4, 5v3. Group up and let's hit a site. Because you guys were defaulting a lot, right? So tell them,
Mhm.
guys, group up. Okay, if they don't group up, you gotta calculate which side is the weak side and go by yourself and show them why they need to group up, stuff like
Yeah.
that. So you gotta have this kind of big dog mentality built in, like an alpha dog mentality where okay, they don't want to listen to you, fuck it, I'm gonna show them by myself. And I wouldn't recommend this to higher guys, like immortal guys, because you gotta always play together in those lobbies because they're always ready for everything. But the lower level guys, I kind of instill that in them because that's the real way to climb. You got to do everything by yourself. And I'm not saying play selfishly or just run it down by yourself, but you got to put it on your shoulders, if you may will, as in you got to be the team carry,
Yeah.
hard carry, not just carry, like team. You got to hard carry these lobbies to start climbing. So just keep that in mind, okay? So just be a leader and show them if they don't listen, show them why they need to listen to you. Okay. The next thing is uh, needs to pick up on enemy. We kind of touched on this a little bit. Won't go too crazy. Needs to pick up on enemy tendencies on attack. So when
Mhm.
you guys are on attack, okay, I don't know. Okay, I don't know whether or not you would have known to default or not, right? Because I told you. I don't know, right? But
Yeah. I know what default
yeah, no,
in.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
that you don't know what
Yeah.
defaulting is. I'm just saying I don't know whether you had been able to apply this concept in the situation where you can identify that three people are running down onto you guys on defense every round, right?
Yeah.
I told you I'm like play default, play default. They're just running it down on you guys, and it started working, right? So I don't know that, so I can't speak
Yeah.
on that. But yeah, go ahead.
I probably wouldn't have said it without the advice on
Right,
that
right.
one.
Yeah,
Anyway.
and that's fine. That's totally fine. I'm not here to say that, oh, I know better than you. That's not what it is. It's just I'm not able to know because I didn't say anything. Because I did say
Yeah.
something, right? If I didn't say anything, it would be a different story. I would 100% know whether you would make that call or not. But I just try to help you out a little bit. But it's fine. So we touched on this a little bit. You gotta identify. We talked about this, but you gotta know what the hell they're doing individually
Yeah.
and as a team. Okay, it's different if like only the Omen just walks down C, can then like, oh, only Omen is walking down C, guys. Okay,
Mm.
but their whole team was doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody. Sky was literally defaulting, walking down mid. He caught you here once. Like you killed the Reyna, and remember he traded you.
Yeah,
You
yeah. The
almost killed
sky.
him.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
actually thought you were gonna
yeah,
kill him. Because it looked like it was gonna hit him, hit his head, but somehow it missed because you guys both insta crouch, and I guess his
yeah,
crosshair was just more lower than yours, which is it's just funny. But you had to adjust a little bit slightly more than him.
yeah,
But
yeah.
you know. You get what I mean? Like his default was what he walked down like 8 times, right? Like on eight, like you
Oh,
sat here. Yeah, go ahead.
it was every round. It was
It
every
was pretty
round.
much every round,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah,
we gotta pick up on these. Not round 8. On the 8th round of the half. Okay, we need to pick up on this on like the 3rd or 4th. Okay, uh, good players will probably, because it's hard to pick it up on the 2nd round. You don't know for sure if they'll do it again.
yeah. I,
You need like concrete evidence that or information that they're willing to repeat it. So once it's around like 4th round, 5th round, like that's when you should 100% know their play style. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
I think the only time they didn't push out is when we pushed them during when we lost the pistol round
Hmm.
on attack. When I was just like, just run it down, just rush. I think that was the only time they didn't do it.
Hmm. But yeah, so coming to that point, um, we gotta understand how they play. So not even let's leave this example as well, where they're
Mhm.
running it down on you. Okay, let's use a different example where wherever we start, for some reason when we get on the site, there's 3 to 4 here. Okay, and I'm gonna ask you a question. What does that mean? When we start CS together, okay, we
Mhm.
don't hear them. We're trying to take the site, and then for some reason there's always 2 to 4 like generally in there. When we come in, we kill 2, and then there's like another 2 like right there to back them up. What does that
Mhm.
mean? What kind
That
of
their game sense is telling them that we're going to see, and
mm,
that they've got limited numbers on the other side.
no, it's usually more of a concept in game sense. Generally,
Okay.
try to answer it. It's okay to be wrong. I just want to see if you can get it right. If we're going A, and then for
Yeah.
some reason there's always 2 to 4, we go C, and I'm not saying on the site 2 to 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
When we're there, it's like they're close by. Okay, and then we go C. There's 2 on site, and then we kind of kill those 2, and then another 2 just pierce so fast, or stuff like that. What does this mean? How can you identify this?
I've got no idea. I'll be
Okay,
honest.
so it
And
means that they're rotating quickly. It means
okay.
they're rotating on first contact, as in they hear us or see us one time,
Okay. Yeah.
they just
I
start
got you.
booking it over,
Yeah.
so that way they're
Yeah.
close by, right? So you gotta be able to identify these things. I'll give you another example where, let me think. You know, um, we go see, and there's only one guy, or
Yeah.
what does this mean? Even though
And
we're making a lot of noise, like he hears 5 of us, right? And there's only
that
one.
they that they might be expecting us to rotate, or they've got A or B, 2 on A, 2 on
No,
B,
no.
maybe.
Try
No,
again. Oh, that last part maybe, but try again.
they might be rotating close by through B, maybe.
Mm, yeah, I can understand that as in like they're not playing that site, but what I'm trying to say is,
Yeah.
what is the play style there where they're having 1 2 2 1 or 2 2 1, whatever it is. They're not doing what I just explained, where they're mass rotating. They're just standing still.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That might be playing for a retake.
No,
We got
because retake would mean
no.
that there's nobody there.
Okay.
So this scenario means that they're likely anchoring hard, as in
Okay.
they're staying still. They're not rotating because you
Yeah.
guys aren't rushing it down or whatever it is. Okay, so you have to differentiate these things and understand it by not only seeing it, or seeing how many people are here, but once you get on site and there's one guy, you've killed one guy, you just know there's somewhere else, right? There's style. I'm saying not one round. I'm saying over a lot of periods of rounds where, let's say, even if you are mass rushing it and they're not stacked on C, or they're close by, like I told you, when they're fast rotating, stuff like that, you gotta be able to understand that, hey, guys, they're just sitting on sites spread out, right? They're
Hmm.
anchoring all the sites. That's kind of what you can say is, anchoring means they hold the site with
Yeah.
1 to 2 people, right? So, or usually it's a term used for one person hard anchor the site, bro. Anchor the site. I'm leaving you. And it's usually a role, a thing that the Sentinels will do, like a cipher,
Yeah,
killjoy,
yeah.
right, stuff like that. But my point is that let's say over 8 rounds, they're just not hard rotating like I explained. Like we go see, they're just never there. Like we killed the 1 or 2 guys, the team's not there to back up. That to me tells me that they're anchoring most of the sites, or they're spreading their forces thin, if you may will,
Yeah.
right? Versus them rotating all their forces to the first contact, right? Stuff like that. So we gotta be able to understand these things, and then not also understand it. Okay, you apply frequency, tendencies, patterns, and then you also apply and adjust in real time with other concepts. Okay, we're running at C, right? Let's say we've been running at C, 2, 3 times, and every time we went, there's like 3 to 4 people there. Like they don't start 3 to 4, they're stacked. Okay, but they're just close by. We come in here, we kill the one guy, and then the 2 people, 3 people start flooding out, right? So that to me tells me that they're hard rotating. Okay, and then sorry, I'm just losing my train of thought here, and then because
Okay.
I'm thinking of something else, but uh, yeah, we gotta kind of just uh, apply tendencies and frequencies, and then uh, use different concepts. As in, if they hard rotate, okay, now we know we can just insert some lurk somewhere, or default
Yeah.
out, or run a fake, send 2, 3 guys here. They're gonna hard rotate, right? Like, because I explained, remember where they're gonna, like a fast rotation, hard
Yeah,
rotation,
yeah.
or a team that overall does that, they'll do it off first contact. As in, any noise, any piece of utility, they see one guy, they just start booking it right from to see. Okay, if we can identify that, now we can go, yo guys, they're hard road, and I'm telling you, most the higher level players do identify this very fast. I do it in my games where I'm like, yo, they're just hard rotating. We just go see, they're just running five there nonstop, no breaks, right? Then I'll pull out the card where I go, guys, they're hard rotating. See, let's fake C and have 2 guys walk up A. Let's have 2 guys here, 1 guy mid, and 2 guys walk up A. So that way, when we start see first contact, we show them, we make some noise, we throw a piece, we do this,
Drone going out.
right? Okay, they're gonna start booking it, right? So then we start walking off or run it off, whatever. It's all situational, but they start coming towards here, 5 people. We start leaving, and this is open. You get what I'm trying to say? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we not only have to understand and know these things, but we gotta apply them in real time adjustments. Because I explained to Evan yesterday, the session after is Pookie is, and he was on the same map. This game is a game that's constantly flowing. There is no definitive answer for every situation. There's gonna be times where you understand that they full rotate C when you guys make contact. You call a fake, and they've predicted a lurk up there, or you guys call a rush because you guys assume or think there's only one. It's a weak side. There's only 1 or 2 playing, but it's stacked. Stuff like that. So you have to adjust. Oh fuck! I hear 4 now. What the hell? Why are they all 4 here? Let's leave. So there are times you're gonna have to adjust in real time, and I shouldn't say sometimes. It's almost all the time that you need to
Yeah.
do that. It's a very flowy game. Okay, so it's not like StarCraft or Warcraft 3 ladder, like the games where do this here, this build here like this, and then build these units for that. Okay, it's a little bit more different where you gotta adjust in real time and really, really understand the flow of the game, how they play as a team, and how they play individually, and then you put everything together in terms of using your concepts that you know to counteract how they have adjusted to you, right? So for example,
Yeah.
first, the game just started, first 5 rounds we started running it down. Okay, and the first 5 rounds they weren't hard rotating, like they were just playing 2 here or 1 here, or 3 here, one, right? So we start rushing here 5 rounds in a row. They're like, guys, they're rushing C, right? Let's think about how the defenders think. This guy alone just gets stomped 5 rounds, right? So he's like, yo guys, I need help on C. They're just running it down. They're gonna adjust, be like, okay, send stack C, put 3 on C, okay? And then but then the attackers will also adjust, be like, okay, they're probably gonna start leaning towards C, let's go A, right? So it's a little bit of a tug of war, a push and pull type game where you need to adjust really, really quickly, round to round, in the round, stuff like that. So hopefully that opens your mind up a little bit and
Yeah, yeah.
thinking about the game a little bit differently. Okay, so that's that with that note. Needs to pick up on tendencies. I got a little bit sidetracked because I think it's not just knowing how they play. You got to know how they play, what you need to do against that play style, and then apply it, and then adjust if you need to. So it's really, really complex when you really break it down to the bone. But that's that. Okay.
Okay.
So let's move on to your pros. That's all. That's everything for your cons. Your pros are uh, feeding small information. Like you know, the con was that I want you to feed more, right? So
Yeah.
the pro is that you do. You're like, hey, one here, two here, hey, this and that, but it needs to be better. Okay, you need to be able to identify what the hell is going on, and this kind of comes with the same point. Okay, on defense, I'm gonna ask you a question. When we're on defense, okay, you let's say for just example sakes, you're on B, right? The
Yep.
guy on C is like 1C. The guy's on A. There's 3 on A. You're solo, and they're like 1A, and then you hear one guy. What does that mean? What can we identify here?
That they're doing probably playing default.
Right. We can
So
identify,
yeah,
and you got
yeah.
it right. You almost got it wrong, but
I know.
the question was really I should have said like, what concept can we understand they're doing? And
Yeah.
that's right. They're defaulting. If there's one here, one here, one here, they're defaulting. Okay. Let me give you a different thing where um there this map's a little bit bad because there aren't many split plays as in splitting C, 3 go main, 3 go heaven,
Yeah.
stuff like that, like on split or like any other map like bind where you can go 2 garage, 3C long, right? This map is you could really only do it on a B split where you can go like this or and like this, right? But maybe an A split as well, probably through main and thing. So I'll give you the example. Let's say 3 people are here. Well, it's kind of hard because of the door, because you gotta know you can't really see them through. But let me think. So, um, I'll make it very simple. If there's 5 on A main, the
Yeah.
guys are like 5 A main. What does that mean?
That they're rushing
Right, they're
A
probably
side, but
right.
they could also adjust to go for a link
Sure, to
as
B.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
obviously this guy won't full rotate, especially when there's 3
yeah,
on A. He'll start rotating when they're telling them, "Yo, they're in, they're coming in, they're throwing smokes," or they all
yeah,
die. Obviously, it makes sense to just go, but that's why a lot of the times the B player's at anchor. He'll hold
yeah,
this AFK, not the breakable's not broken. He'll be like, "Tell me when the door's broken, guys," because that way he has to understand if there's threats there, right? He can't just have this open and just be like this because he's gonna die. So that's how and this is a little bit of a bad map to explain it on, but for example, let's say there's um 3 on C. The call is 3 on C. Okay, the guy's like 3 on C, and then you guys start rotating like, oh fuck, it might be a rush, and then the last guy rotating goes, wait, there's 2 on A. What does that mean?
yeah. It's a split. So they could be going C fully, but the
Yeah.
A's could be coming flank, or the A's could be
Nope. Try again.
planting.
It's not a split because a split is usually the same site. So if 2 is here and 3 is here,
Oh, okay.
that's not a C split or an A split. That's just
A fake.
yeah, you got it. It's
Yeah,
pretty much a fake. Or
yeah,
these guys are trying to lurk up or whatever. Let's say there was
yeah,
one guy here or one guy here, right? So, but you understand now, right? What I'm trying to say is like
yeah, yeah,
you need to be that guy where you can identify these things and not only know for yourself. Okay, that's the worst thing you can do is telling your team. Okay,
yeah,
especially you. Most of my students that are Ascendant, Diamond, Immortal, I wouldn't tell them that because they already know they need. Well, I would tell them that too, actually, but I would emphasize it less because they know how important it is for the team to know. Okay, obviously
yeah,
there are some players or students that don't know that. I have to emphasize that, but with you it's even more important. These guys are brain dead on your team, so you need to tell like their awareness is on the ground level, right? It's super low, so you need and whether they listen to you or not, just be in practice of you saying that, you being like, guys, let's fucking sorry, they are running a fake, they are default, they are rushing it down, right? You need to make sure the team is on the same page, if you may will. Okay, so
yep.
that's that. Okay, uh, uh,
To be honest, it's very
yep,
rare I didn't get a French person
sure,
in the lobby like Huey did the other.
right, yeah, that's true,
It happens a lot.
yeah. Was that Kiwi that got the French guys? Yeah, it
I
was.
think it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I think it was. He was super tilted off that off that game, but yeah, I heard that the French people are very very rude on the EU
yeah,
servers.
yeah.
They speak French only usually, and I mean I don't want to stereotype, but that's kind of how French people are. I'm not trying to be racist or anything. I'm from Canada, so I've had my fair share of
Yeah,
understanding
yeah,
French
half French.
Canadians,
Yeah,
right? Quebec is next to Ontario, so it's like I know, and I went to school in Montreal for a year, so I kind of know how they are. They're quite standoffish. They're quite you get my point, but they're
yeah.
they're very
The,
unique characters, as you can say. Very
the ping's relatively close between Paris and London
yeah, I'm
for
sure
me. So
it's really close, right? So
yeah,
yeah, so
yeah. So I
it's
think that's why they just go in both.
yeah, so
So
they're just very judgmental as well, a little bit racist as well, but it is what it is. So okay, yeah, let's move on. So aim, I didn't have too much, you know, I didn't write any pros for your aim,
yeah, yeah,
because I think it needs a lot of work. But
yeah.
one thing I will say that was good was near the end you started instantly deleting them. Like the fights were
Hmm.
quick, but in the beginning, in the mid game, it was quite slow. You're whiffing, taking some times. You know, there was those kills where they're running and you couldn't track them, stuff like that. Those
Yeah.
things we can work on easily. So aim is not so important. I tell all my students, aim is outweighed by everything, every other category. Um, by tenfolds. Aim is so easy to get really good at. You just
Mhm.
need to be consistent. So movement positioning, I will understand how to take space and kind of hold it down. And obviously, because you've been watching my videos, stuff like that, I was quite shocked. But once you told me, oh, I've been watching your videos, I was like, okay, that makes sense because I talk about this so much, right?
Yeah.
You may now understand after you've probably heard me say it so much. Is like this is information. You coming down here, okay? If I come down here, let's say it's a quiet round. It's not like a crazy round. It's a quiet round. If I come down here, where can they be? And it's clear, I'm not
Oh,
dead.
yeah. Like C main,
Yep.
C bend,
Where else?
possibly B main
Right.
potentially.
Like around this area,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
You can literally, and let's say your teammates on C and B, it's so easy to narrow them down to here, right? And then
yeah,
let's say you walk down, you're like, oh, B main's clear, guys. Like, they're just all here, right?
yeah.
It's a deduction thing. So that's why taking space is super, super, super important. Like, it can go in any plethora of ways. Like we walk down A. Okay, and then the guy walks down B. Guys, they're all you have to do is say all
Yeah.
C main, all C main. You just automatically know because if they were there, he's dead, right? You would have been dead too. You know, it goes the opposite way or combos it differently as well. Where the C guy walks down, he's like, guys, I have C main, right? And then the guy on A, let's say it was you, walks down, he's like, I have all of A main. Like, where can they be?
They'll be going. Ooh,
So the guy walks down C main, he's like, I
yeah.
have C main. You walk down A main, you're like, I have A main. Where can they be? And your teammates are
Oh,
still alive. So 5v5.
oh. C main, C
No,
lobby.
no, no. No,
No,
B main only.
B
He
main.
he
Yeah.
walked down C main. Your
Okay.
teammate walked down, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
Sorry,
he
I thought you
no
meant the
no no no
other.
no 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 no.
Yeah,
So he walks down C main, okay, and
yeah,
then you walk down A main, right here.
yeah. They can only
Okay,
be B.
they
Yeah,
can only be
yeah,
B, right? So we gotta use this to our advantage. It's
yeah.
map packing. People and Evan asked me yesterday. He's like, "What do you mean by map packing?" I explained this. It took a while to explain it to him because he really didn't understand this. And like he was like, "Whoa, my brain is opening
Mm.
up, bro! Holy shit! I never thought about it like that, right?" Because people don't think about it like that. People think taking space is just a flank mechanic, but it's not. It's an information mechanic.
Yeah.
And I'll give you another one that you should be able to answer with your eyes closed and ears closed. Okay. Our teammate walks down C. Okay.
Yeah.
Our teammate walks down B. We walk down like this. We're up to here. Where are they? Okay. They walked up to here. Your teammate walked up. He's looking here. Your
Hmm.
teammate came up to here and he's looking this way. Where are they?
So I've walked up to a lobby.
Right here. Like this POV. I'll
Yeah,
show you on the
yeah,
B. Okay. He walked
yeah,
up to here. Okay.
yeah.
And then the C guy walked up to here. Okay. It's super
Attack
easy.
aside spawn.
Exactly. There can
Yeah,
only be here. This is a
yeah,
more of an easier example. Obviously, that's not going to be the
yeah.
case, but I'm trying to help you understand that.
I was trying to work it out. Then I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah. But you shouldn't be working it
Yeah,
out. It should just be like they're all in spawn. That's it.
yeah.
There's nowhere else they can be. You have all the space. And think about maps. Most maps, okay, most like 9 out of the 12 maps. Most maps are in thirds. Okay, one third here. A
Mhm.
main plus this lobby. B main plus this lobby. C main plus C main. C and C main. Okay, all maps are in thirds. There are some maps like Bind that are in two halves, okay,
Mhm.
Fracture that are in four quarters, okay, but generally 9 out of 12 maps, 10 out of 12 maps, they're all thirds. So that's how you
Yeah,
think about it. If I've controlled this one third, they can only be in 2 other thirds. If I control 3 thirds, it's probably they're all in spawn. AFK sitting around, whatever. It's one guy. We killed everybody in all the thirds. There's one guy left. Whatever. He's in spawn. Whatever. Okay. If we walk down B third and then the A third, we just know they're all in the C third. Okay. So you have to think about it like that. In terms of space. So again, you do this well. We just have to understand more in depth what it's for. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm kind of
I,
going on it a bit. But yeah, go ahead.
I think because the team wasn't coming with me, I just kept looking at the mini map when I was
Sure. But
doing that. That was the easiest.
you told your teammate, "Hey, come with me," right? And then you guys
Yeah.
got to here and you guys started running it down because you knew you guys looked nothing, and you just knew
Yeah.
they're over here. So that's what I mean is that it's quite important to take space,
Yeah.
and because taking space is information. Information is setting your team up. It's not to really set you up. It's to set your team up for a higher success rate to win the rounds. Winning the
Yeah.
rounds mean winning games. Winning games mean climbing and hitting your goals. So everything adds up. We really got to work from the bottom up. Not with you, but most of my students. Everybody needs to work from the ground up to understand what these are really, really for. Okay, but
Hmm.
it was great that you took the initiative. That you're like, let's take space. There was nobody here, right? It just makes sense to go flank them, like they were doing to you guys, but they were doing it
Yeah.
hyper aggressively, as in every round. They didn't care if you guys were there. That's a little bit more of a low elo thing, but at the higher elos, they can outweigh the risks and reward. They're like, yo, if I walk down here and die, we're fucking losing the round. So I'm gonna take the less risk approach, stay here, AFK, hold it, whatever it may be. So it's all situational, but they can kind of weigh that a little bit better. So
Yeah.
that's that. Okay. Um,
I think when the first time I did it, they didn't know I was there.
right,
That's why I did it the
right,
second time, because I was like,
right.
they didn't know I was there the first times.
And I'm not saying take space running out with your knife out. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's more about you gotta. There's a time and place for it. And you also have to feel it out. There's no noise for 10 seconds. You kind of have to assume no one's there or try to at least see if somebody's there. And then,
Yeah.
oh, no one's here. And then you just keep going, right? It's like a snowballing. Oh, no one's here. Oh, oh, no one's here. Oh, they're all see you guys, right? So it's a little bit of that identifying when and how you can do it, and why you should do it, and the importance of it in terms of the team play aspect, stuff like that. So let's move on. The next thing is he's quite good at using utility. You're quite good at expending your utility, but you expend it too recklessly. As in,
Yeah.
sometimes there's just no value at all. And that's easy to fix. You're good at using it. You like to use utility because I'll tell you right now, most of my students they don't even want to pull these out. They don't want to shy away
Yeah.
from their gun. Right. That's really why people are bad at utility usage. They don't want to stay away from their gun. I used to have this problem too, where I'm like, yo, I just want to stay on my gun. If I take it, I'll die. But you got to understand that it's a timing thing. Once you get better at using and pulling it out and just kind of getting back to your gun, it becomes like second nature. It becomes like nothing. So, and with you, I can see that you're good at taking it out. So that's a big, 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 big plus. All we have to do now with your utility usage is understanding when, how,
Yeah.
why we need to use it, and
Yeah.
trying to gain value, as in you gotta hit it, as in you've done some damage or deterred them from coming in with the missiles. You've stunned somebody.
is live.
You shot this here and you stunned 5 people.
munition.
Okay, you got here, you
Drone
drone.
going out.
Okay, you see 3 people. You check, they don't shoot it, and then you go and it suppresses
Yeah.
them, and you see them. So that's all we have to think about now is that let's not waste it, right? It's like don't waste it. It's okay to use them, but we gotta just make sure that it's doing something.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
hitting it, as in we're hitting the target with it, stuff like that. So and obviously this tool is
Locating target.
not so much for hitting them. It's more of an information tool, but your stun and stuff like that, it's a different story. Like you used this twice, remember, this for no reason. If you just
Yeah. Yeah.
took
Yeah.
a step back in the scenario, you probably would have been like, and you did. That's what's good. You can understand what you're doing wrong, which is great. You're like, oh, it was a waste. It's terrible, right? So you just have to learn from those moments. For example, if we were to talk about it briefly on C, like all you have to tell yourself is here is like, fuck, it's a 2v5. They're on eco. And then as soon as you pull out your teammate dies, you're like, oh fuck it, it's not worth it, bro. I'm not gonna win this round. Or the chances, I'm not saying that you never, but the chances that you win the round are quite low. It's like a 10%
Yeah.
chance, maybe even lower, right? So you gotta read the room, as they say. Even on A, the bomb was ticking, Okay, and you can hear when the bomb has enough time or not. And also, I don't know if you know, there's an indication on the bomb where a light
Yeah.
ray shoots out, right? So there's 3 light rays that shoot out. The third light ray is you gotta get it before that kind of comes out. If you
Mhm.
don't, like if you see the light ray and you're not on it, it's too late. You cannot defuse it. So we gotta use these. And also, I don't know if you know, but 45 seconds for the bomb to explode, 7 seconds for it
Yep.
to defuse. So just you could have whatever counted or whatever it may be, but generally you can get like a intuition feel on, okay, there's no time, or stuff like that, off the noise and the beeping, beep 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 beep, it goes really faster and faster. So here you should just start running away, or if you didn't want to run away because you're gonna die anyways, you just hold your ground and just save your ult for the next round. Because I do believe if you had your ult in one of those later rounds, because you had it, yeah, you had it like around 8 or 9 on
Yeah.
the attacking side. I'm pretty sure you guys would win this game. So, because if you just ulted this rain off, you guys just start running. It's a 2v1. You guys free sight, right? But he got stuck because nobody has anything. I don't know what the hell he's doing either, but you get my point. Maybe you could have carried that round and won the game. So, um, we got to think about this. Add value to your team with your utility.
Yeah.
Don't just mindlessly use it because you want to use it or you think it's good. You got to really, really, really use it accordingly and with your team. Your teammate tells you, "Hey, they're coming all B." Okay, then you start using it, obviously. But even that time you missiled B, the wall was triggered already, and the Vice was not dead. He killed the guy, and then it was kind of during. But you gotta just stop. Oh, they're not out, stuff like that, or just use
Yeah.
one, whatever it is. It's all situational, but you get my point. So the next thing is, so that's it for utility usage. I think it's quite strong. That's why I ranked it 1 and 2. But um, we need to start tweaking it to make it better. Okay.
Yeah.
Then excuse me. Then you will be a really good player in terms of, because you're an initiator. An initiator is the one that on attack helps initiate the contact, or is the
Mhm.
one that initiates contact, as in a drone, Sova dart, Sova ult, Muir missiles, your stun, Sky Dog, Fade Dog with the suck and eye, right? You initiate contact. You gotta gain information with your utility. So that's why we gotta add value with it. And also on defense, you're the ones that really deter people from coming in, like KO mollies, breach stuns, breach flash, sky flashes. It's just all over the place. Your missiles, your stun, your drone, right? Initiators have a lot of utility. Sova dart, Sova drone, Sova recon, Sova all, like the initiators are the ones that really really control um, not parts of the map like a sentinel, but they control the tempo, if you will, may
Mm.
will. The duelist doesn't, even on attack. The duelist doesn't control the tempo because the duelist can't do anything without utility, especially at the higher
Yeah.
levels. Maybe
Yeah.
lower
Yeah.
levels, it's different where you can just run it down on duelist and just shit on these noobs. But on the higher levels, it's different. If he just runs out by himself, he's dead because people all have good aim. So he needs some sort of flash, like a breach stun or a flash or a drone, so he can go up with it, stuff like that. So that's why the initiator role is quite important. They go hand in hand with the duelist on attack. Like you are his best friend. He is your
Mhm.
best friend. You guys need to set each other up. You need to set up the duelist for him to make sure the site is clear for you guys, right? And he relies on you to help him do that. And then also on attack, you almost become you become, that's why they call it a flex role sometimes, where you need to um, fill in the roles that have died or cannot do it in the moments. So on attack, your duelists are dead. Okay, you are the next one up, pretty much. Usually at the higher ranks or in pro play, to go in, because it's just the way it is. They're not gonna send in the controller and sentinel in, right? It makes no sense. If they die, there's no smokes and kit.
Mhm.
But if you die, you're still somewhat expendable. As in, they still have the smokes, they still have some sort of sentinel utilities set up, post went, whatever it is, situation. But let's say and you also fill in other roles, like when the controller dies. A lot of the times you have to use your utility to clear that space where they're going to be holding for you guys to cross because you have no smokes, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Or you gotta, all your sentinels dead. You're gonna have to kind of just sit, wait for them like a sentinel, stuff like that. So, it's more of a versatile role. You can do whatever the fuck you want, really. No one will get upset if you lurk, if you help your duelist, stuff like that. Obviously, you need to help your duelist, but that's that. And on defense, you're just like all over the map, gaining information, throwing your util to deter them from coming in, stuff like that. So we just have to understand this more in depth, and it'll make you a better player overall. So next thing is game sense. He's quite aware and sensitive to the map. You're pretty good at the map usage. I can tell that you're looking at the map quite a bit, which is great. Just keep doing it, work on it. But don't just look at it. Gather the information and store
Yeah.
it. One on A. Okay, and then it'll come into play later where you guys decided to go C, you kill everybody, and there's 2 alive. You're like, and you'll tell your team, guys, one was last on A. He's gonna come late spawn or he's gonna flank us, right? Those are the only 2 options. So you gotta understand as well their timings in terms of, okay, if he was last seen A and we're on C, okay, he's probably somewhere around here, right? You can just mental image it a little bit, or he's gonna be already here or whatever it is, depending on what how they play. But yeah, so I think you're quite aware. Just gather information, not just for yourself, for your team, and also store it for later usage because it will come into play down the line. You never know when it's needed, so you gotta make sure. Yo, Cypher was last seen A or whatever. You guys aren't saying, yo, he was on Cypher's on A, Cypher's on whatever. It's all situational, so you gotta not only know and account for how many players there are, as in, oh, there's 3A, there's 2, oh, there's 1C only, there's whatever, 3C, 1A only. Okay, you got to know who also is there. Guys, it's the Breach, KO, and Sky on C. It's Killjoy solo on A. You got to also understand who is there, not just how many. Okay, because that's important. If they have one smoke and the Omen is on A, you see the Omen, you guys can go see, and they're not gonna have any smokes or whatever it is, or they're all their initiators on A. You could go see and be like, oh, they have no utility to stop us from going in, stuff like that. So, or you can identify the Cypher is solo on C. You guys start bum rushing him, right? Stuff like that. So it's really understanding this in more depth. So, and last note is uses concepts decently. I think this was a more of a defensive note, I think. Or actually no, I'm pretty sure this was an attacking note because you were trying to implement some concepts. You're like, hey guys, let's run a fake, stuff like that. I was telling you the default, but you were trying to, when you were planning, you're trying to come up with something, right? Some
Yeah.
sort of call. So yeah, I think that was really, really, solid from you. Especially because you're in the really low ranks. Like you don't see that a lot, people making calls like that. But I'm sure you've kind of learned that through watching the streams and the VODs. But
Yeah, yeah.
it's a good thing to have. Okay, one thing I'll tell you is, I just press tab. Okay, this thing gives you, it's a rough estimate. I'm not 100% what the estimate is, but this probably gives you about like 20 to 30% of what the round is gonna be like at the start of the round. If you press tab and they're all have 2K, you can understand they're gonna save. Okay, if you press tab and they all have 4K, you just know they're gonna have rifles. Or
Yeah.
3 guys have 5K and only 2 guys have 2K. You just know, guys. And then you can use more advanced concepts where, let's say the Cypher has the 2K and the Omen has 2K and everyone else has 5K. You're like, guys, let's go to the site where Cypher is. He's broke, right? So stuff like that. You can really,
Yeah.
really start using it like that. So this is, and alt orbs are also important. Guys, they're one off alt orb. Okay, we gotta fight for this orb. We cannot let them get this orbs when you're on defense, stuff like that. So this is about 20, and you can tell what they're gonna do. If for example, on split on A short, or actually maybe that's a bad example, but if an ISO is off alt one orb, like they're gonna go get that orb and try to go
Yeah.
together and take that site, whichever side they pick, stuff like that. Or KO, he's off one orb, they're gonna go get that, or Killjoy, all right, they're gonna go get an orb to go take a site with that ultimate. So this is super crucial in looking. Start it around, take a step back, just chill. Like start it around starts, right? Open, read what the hell's going on. This is like a book. Okay, they've got 2K guys, and not only feed yourself that information. Oh, all of them are broke to yourself. Tell your team, guys, they're all broke. Do not push by yourself and give them a gun. Let's stay together, right? Because you're not gonna
Yeah.
run down by yourself with a gun, and they run down on eco and kill you and take the gun, and they just start snowballing, getting more guns and picking up more guns, right? So, you gotta play accordingly through this information as well. Okay, so that's really
Yeah.
important. Yep, go ahead.
I can do. I think I just read. I think that's something I can easily implement. But I think I just read like our players' eco because I think I remember one round where I was like, "There's no point me and you buying Omen until next round, otherwise we'll have nothing left." Anyway, because I think
Right,
me
right.
and him could afford because we saved.
Right, it's a little bit of a basics of fundamental economy. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just touch on this briefly. You guys save, you say like everybody saves, you need to save.
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
buys, you need to buy, regardless of your money. If they're all saying let's buy, or they don't tell you they all buy, you have 3K or 2K, you gotta buy something. Can't save,
Okay.
because that's something I notice with all of my students is their whole team's buying. Okay, I'll give you an example first. So they're all buying, right? And
Mhm.
they got 2.5K or 3K. They just buy a sheriff, right? And
Yeah.
then there's a lot of the times early on in my coaching career where it's really funny where they have money to buy him, right? They all buy, right? And like let's say two guys have 5K still, and he'll just buy light armor and a sheriff, and then he's just looking at the thing. I'm like, bro,
Yeah. Yeah.
ask them to buy you a gun. They're gonna do it, and then he'll be like this,
I need a drop.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then no one buys him. I'm like, ask for it, and then he'll be like, can you buy me? And they immediately buy it to him, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have to understand these fundamentals of economy, and not only just request for a gun, but just ask. Because I always tell my students, I'm like, do you think they want you to have a sheriff? Right? It's like super. I don't even need you to answer. It's no. They're not gonna want you to have a pistol when they all have rifles. Their chances of winning the round decreases when one guy doesn't have a gun. It's just like in a SWAT team effort or in an army. Okay, if half the army doesn't have guns, you're fucked. Okay, you want them to all have weapons to have each other's back. So you have to think about it in that term. So not only request but ask for it as well in terms of communications, and they will. You didn't have that problem, but a lot of my students had that problem. Like that was really common early on that I noticed. But okay, let's move on. So now it's gonna get a little bit grungy. We're gonna breeze through these and be as thorough as we can. There's a lot of
Yeah.
rounds that, and I'm not saying that's because you're bad. It's just more so. This is a really low lobbies where there isn't
Yeah.
much going on. You guys are just running it down, and that's it. Rounds over, right? Higher elos like super methodical. They start A, they throw utility, they cut, not noise is cut, then they rotate, they get on site, they play post plant the bombs down, 3v3 situation, retake, right? But these rounds are just like, oh, they go A and they're dead. Rounds over.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not about really me saying that you're bad or something, but it's just not much there for me to write. If you
Yeah.
if you can understand what I'm trying to say. So I'll
Yeah. Yeah.
try to be as in depth as I can with what I have, but I'm just being brutally honest. Like there's a lot of rounds, a majority of rounds. There's not much. Like you guys
Yeah.
just go somewhere and just die, or go there, kill them all, and like because I'm really trying to look at it in your POV. So um, that's that. So let me just go through this. So round. So you're on defense first. Round one, drones out B. Here's A. Missiles 2 and 3. Kills breach and breakable. So start of the round.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 seconds in.
Drone going out.
Start going like this. Great, I love it. You gotta tell your team, guys, nothing B main. I've droned down. That's what you have to say. That's
Yeah.
all you have to say. Okay. Then you started, whatever they told you. I can't remember if they told you or you kind of heard them. I'm pretty sure you're the one that said, I hear some A. So you went here, and then this was broken. Remember the breach was just in his flash. He was just like
Yeah. Yeah.
this, and then you killed him. Great, love it. And that's all I had. There was nothing really else to that. And I don't really look at the results. I don't really care if you guys won or lost the round, unless it's a really crucial round. Like in
Yeah.
this round, it doesn't matter really. Okay, I'm really looking at what you need to do in terms of your sequence or what you did wrong. Overall, I love how you played this. Okay, maybe I would say just tuck somewhere. Don't be out in the open. Just in case. You could just kind of come down here and do it maybe, or even from here.
There.
A little bit right, because this is kind of like coming back to the being flat-footed, right? You're not
Yeah.
protecting yourself. Let's start protecting ourselves. So even though this drone you're not going to get as much from here, but you're
Locating
still
target.
at least protecting yourself, as in all you really need to see is up to here, really. Okay, up, I got you guys, or
Yeah.
nothing be made. So and then it helps you rotate as well, because when you're here and then you have to go C, it's a little bit longer distance. Obviously if it go A is different as well, but still I would like you to just protect yourself at all times, no matter what. Utility, taking a fight, staying AFK, holding a corner, holding a whatever it is. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'll say. Great kill on the breach. After you kill him, you can probably just come here and just hold it down. Just look back, come back, look back. Just kind of be vigilant, make sure no one's walking up behind you. Or let's say your teammate ended up coming here and he's like, oh, I got it, bro, and then you go here, watch it, right? Stuff like that. Whatever it is, it's a little bit situational, but be a little bit more vigilant. So round 2 starts A main, gets a good one tap through smoke. You had a bulldog. It's quiet. He calls Omen to come flank with him. So right here, you started stairs. They smoked, some sort of smoke went down here. I can't remember exactly, but then you went and killed the guy. That was great. And then there's a little bit of a hesitation because there wasn't anything else, or it was a few
Yeah.
seconds past. You're like, oh, I don't know where to go, and then you're like, you know what? Let me take the space, which I really like. So good thought process, decent execute. You guys started running, and then they like your team just killed them all. So
Yeah.
there wasn't really much you could do there, but great proactivity. Because when you come back and let's say they didn't go C, obviously you got to slow down. You're not going to start running it all the way. But you come here, they're like, yo, they're not in, they're not in. All you have to do is play patient. You just wait and listen, gather information. If they're running back, you'll hear them. Guys are running, they're running, whatever it is. But you get my point. So round
Yeah.
3 starts A with Omen. He drones down, starts A with Omen. He drones down, sees breach stun, calls they're coming through A main. Sees they're coming through A main. So here,
Yeah.
Drone
you just
going out.
automatic droned it. You got stunned. You understand
Yeah.
they were coming. I actually think the first couple notes, like the first 6 notes, they're not as specific because I talked to you about them. So like after the
Yeah.
round, right? So I think that's why these rounds aren't that specific. It'll get a little bit more specific later on.
I think this is the one where I got Reyna flashed on site.
I can't remember where you.
Uh,
Oh yes, yes, you're right. You're right. You
Yeah.
drone
Yeah.
down there, the breach, and then you sat here, and
Yeah.
that's why I didn't write it because I already talked to you about it. But remember what I told you? I'm like, stay tucked here, wait like this. Okay, wait for him to come out, hold an off angle, and you'll literally shit on him. But what you
Yeah.
did was you came out and you're
I
flat-footed,
peeked.
and he's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
ready for you. He's just wide swung. You're out in the open. That's the problem. Because there's speaker's advantage in this game, right? He can react faster to you than you can to
Yeah.
him when he's swinging. So yeah, that's probably the second mistake. First mistake is wait for your drone.
Yeah.
Listen, try to figure out if you can, because you can get so much info by listening. So listen, nothing's there, then you can wait a little bit and then drone. You hear a lot, drone right away, whatever. Here, just play a little bit more patiently because you're just like, and he's just ready for you, stuff like that. And sorry, that's the third mistake. The second mistake is gotta hold the smoke. Remember when this is smoked?
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
be,
Yeah.
these are the times that you're allowed to be out in the open because you have protection. All you have to do is hold this corner or be ready for the other corner. Boom, 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 boom. They're all dead. Or you could even hold it like this. But the problem like that is you can't see them come out this way. So
Okay.
just hold the smoke, okay? When it's smoked in these scenarios, because that's what a smoke is for you to hold it, hold that position. So and it's the advantage to the holder because you can see them come out a lot faster. Okay.
Okay.
Round 4. He starts C. Here's a lot B. Missiles for them. He peeks C main for them. Kills Sky and gets traded. So nothing too crazy here.
Yeah. Yeah. When they came through
Yeah.
door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You came here.
Yeah.
You were here. They're like B or whatever. You heard them. So you just kind of did your
All
thing,
missiles
good.
away.
And then you peeked like this, and then it was just again too flat-footed. You're too out in the open where you killed him, and then this guy just turns around and kills you. If you maybe just went like this and came back, right, had a little protection, you probably would be alive, or you could have probably killed both by coming like this, kill this guy, and then you kill the second. You kill the second guy that you should have first because you wide swung. But yeah, that's nothing too crazy there. Round 5, he starts A. He drones all the way. He could probably, so this is where I identify him. Okay, he should probably start waiting on the drone because he's just doing it all the time, same time. So he starts A, drones all the way. He could probably wait or actually walk up and then drone when it's quiet. Calls that Omen is outside smoke. So we touched on this, we won't go too crazy, but you droned all the way up here and like Omen's A main. So that was really good. You're giving every piece of information. Just again, I told you, wait, listen, see what's going on, come over here or do it from B, stuff like that. Round 6 starts A with Omen. Omen takes space. He says he's gonna go with him. Wall gets triggered. Missiles B main. He could missile in the corridor, so we touched on this round as well. Omen started going. You started going with him. The vice wall got activated, and then you went like this, right?
All missiles away.
You should have just probably went like
All missiles away.
that way. If he decides to go back and he's here, he's dead, right? He has to move forward, and your vice was there, so it sets up your vice where he's gonna have an easier time in destroying him. Okay. Round 7, they start C. He runs over and whole team is dead before he gets there. Oh, okay. So I meant they start C as in the enemy started C.
Yep.
You were running over, and then your whole team killed him. Oh, this is the pistol. This is that round where they're on eco. So you
Oh,
started
and
running
yeah,
through
yeah, yeah,
here, and
yeah,
then so I wrote runs over and whole team is dead before he gets there. Can save his ult. We touched on this. We
yeah,
won't go too crazy.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
just save it. You just gotta identify the situation
It's
and be
probably
like, it's probably not worth it. The chances
yeah,
of me winning this round are quite low. Not saying that you never
yeah,
or somebody can never, but it's quite low. So we should probably save it for the next round where they'll have rifles, where
yeah,
we can add some sort of better value or kill people or win the round, whatever it is. Round 8, he starts A, he missiles B, he starts A, he missiles B for team, stays A main and kills a breach. Okay, so I remember. So you started A, there was nothing. They
yeah,
were
yeah,
kind of running down B, so you missiled a little bit better
All
this time.
missiles away.
Good. And then you came over here and anchored A main. You're like, oh, you know what? Uh, they're not fully in and not planted the bomb. I'm gonna hold down this piece of space real estate for my team, which is
yeah,
perfect. This is what a lot of good players do. Yep, go ahead.
yeah. The Sky dropped the bomb, got killed with the bomb on
Hmm.
C, and I think there was a bit of indecision from me on this one because I thought they would have just gone back that way to get the bomb.
Right.
I was actually a bit caught off guard when they came back through.
Yep, yep. I remember. You were a
Yeah,
little bit caught off guard. I remember, but
yeah,
overall, it's a good thought process. Execution could uh, be better in terms of just instant deletion and being ready for
mhm,
this. All you have to do when you're in these positions is you don't even have to look at the minimap too much. You just stay at the end. You just look here on your
yeah,
screen because your team will. Well, we're assuming they'll tell you what the hell's going on over there. So, and you just relay to them, guys. I have all of you. A main. Tell me what's going on over there. If they're coming in or not, or tell me when to rotate. Stuff like that. That's all you really have to say. But good round by you. I really like the thought process. Execution wasn't terrible. It was pretty good. You killed two. So just last note is, and I wrote kills breach and gecko, a little bit of whiffing on gecko. So you were
yeah,
whiffing on the gecko, and we'll work on that. Okay, round 9. He starts A stairs. Hears a lot coming. He goes stairs towards spawn and wants to come back stairs and gets flashed and dies. So
yeah,
this is
yeah,
that round where you started here. You ran off, wanted to come back, and you came back, and then you died here because the omen was up.
yeah.
It's a little bit of padding and inefficiencies. You should have just stayed here, AFK. Probably is my
Hmm.
opinion, because they were
Okay.
going A. So or like I told you, remember, come like this, give it
Yeah.
up. Your team rotating to you will pick it up, and then you hold here. That's how I like to play it. It's all situational though. Round 10, he starts C. He gets sky cabbaged. I call them cabbages. That's what we used to call them, cabbages, right? And Gecko flashes into sight. He destroys the Gecko flash. He fumbles movement a bit, stays alive. As in, you're
Yeah,
kind of like it was choppy, right? It wasn't clean.
yeah, yeah.
That's kind of all it meant. Stays movement a bit, stays alive, kills Gecko. Needs to be patient with his stun. So, um, you were right here. The cabbage was coming.
Yeah.
You saw the gecko fly. You shot it, and then you saw you whiffed on the cabbage. You're like over here, like oh, and then the guy was shooting at you. You're fully stunned by the cabbage. You're just like, I don't know where I am, which
Yeah, yeah,
is
I got him.
yeah, it's
I thought I was going back
understandable. It's
to
understandable. Like
Sin.
you got stunned by the cabbage, so you're like, oh, I should be
Yeah,
dead, right? I don't know how you're not dead. You ended up killing this gecko here, which is great. A little bit of a whiff, lucky
yeah,
shot, but it's fine. You still killed him, so that's fine. And then needs to be patient. So then you ended up coming here. You missiled here, which initially I thought it was bad because I'm like, oh, there's probably no one else there, but there was there, so it was good missile.
All
So you
missiles
went like
away.
that, and then you just gotta save this over here.
Add munition.
yeah,
Okay,
Grenade is
shoot that
live.
probably main, and then that way it deters them from pushing when you do this. So
Grenade is
use it, and then
live.
you start swinging with it, and then you can look back, right? So
yeah.
that was good, but good round by you overall. You probably won the round for your team on that round because if you die, like your team's gonna have a hard time. But you held the space, right? It's again with this. You literally hold this section where they have to choose to push you or let you have it, and they let you have it, and it worked in your favor. So because a lot at the higher levels they instantly push this guy like you would be dead like so
Hmm.
long ago. Like you would have got gang banged. Right? So round 11, he starts A stairs. He sees Reyna flash. Calls Reyna. He sees Reyna flash. Calls Reyna here. He goes stairs to heaven. Well, I meant calls Reyna here as in you said that Reyna's here.
Yeah.
He goes stairs to heaven. So you started it here. You saw the rain of flash right here. You backed up a little bit. You called it. He goes to stairs to heaven. Gets shot in the back from a lurker right here. Remember when the omen starts shooting at you and
Yeah,
whiffing?
yeah, yeah.
And then I wrote kills him. So you turn around and kill him. Great. And then goes stairs and you fought the Reyna here. He had an op. You whiffed. But then
Yeah.
I can't remember who killed you, but they re-peeked you and you died. Let me just read this.
Oh,
Kill him and goes stairs and fights rubble and dies. Yeah, and then you die. So, you know.
yeah.
What I have, and you probably understand this too, is you gotta kill that right now. He whiffed his shot,
Yeah.
op shot on you. You need to delete his ass. That's
Yeah.
pretty much it. And once you cannot kill him, you come back and just give it up. Don't repeat again and again and again and
Yeah.
again because you're gonna die. You gotta have some sort of discipline. I'm not saying you don't, but most students do not. They just, oh, he's here. Oh, okay, I'm gonna just like, bro, just play discipline. Just wait for them to come to you. Play on your terms because you swinging here is playing on their terms. They're gonna hold you. Four people
Yeah.
are gonna be looking this way, so just keep that in mind. Overall, really good kill on Omen. You should have died, but he I don't know what the
Yeah,
hell
he
what
died.
happened there.
I was like praying to the gods that I
I
didn't
was
know
quite
that.
surprised when you killed him too. So round 12, he needs to start shooting the rain of flash. He's giving it too much respect. He needs to start shooting the rain of flash. He's giving it too much respect. They cut noise and go C. He's there, missile C and whiffs on the Reyna. So I can't remember. Okay, so this round, I remember talking to you. I'm like, hey, bro, you need to like, you need to just shoot this. As soon as he flashes
Yeah,
in your
yeah,
hair,
yeah.
shoot it, and then look, get ready for him to swing. Because a lot of the time when you shoot this right away, he will not peek. But it's a little bit just in case that he will continue to swing.
Mhm.
That you'll be able to just one tap him. So keep that in mind. Don't just stare at it and start running away. Because you're letting him dominate you in terms of the mental
Okay.
game, right? Dominate him. Okay, I shoot your flash. Don't come here, bro. I dare you. I dare you. Right? It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that type of mental thing. And then I wrote. They cut noise and they end up C. He missile C and whiffs on Reyna. I can't remember where this fight was actually on this round. But you'll see it in the VOD. So I can't remember though. Round
I
12.
think it. I think it was on.
It's on C apparently.
Oh, was it? I think it was from en- entry onto C. I think
Maybe
the Omen and
so,
Reyna was left.
yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. It's all good. It's
Yeah.
not really that's not really that big of a deal. It's just a little bit of our aim issue, inconsistency issue. Okay, so round 13, we are on attack now. Starts A. Needs to identify. Oh yeah, this happens when you're in the lobby for too long.
Mhm.
The custom game. So I'll just read it. Starts A. Needs to identify a rotation when they feel a lot of resistance. He
Yeah, it was
kills.
like a breach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kills mid lurk. He killed the sky, if I'm not mistaken. And I will and almost clutches. He whiffs too hard. If you
Yeah.
killed that geckos 1v1, you would have won that round in my eyes. In
I
my
think. I
eyes.
think it was the. I think it was. Oh yeah, no, it was the gecko.
It was the
Yeah.
gecko. Remember, he
Because
just
I
started
got the breach.
swinging you and you
Yeah,
couldn't
I got the
track him.
breach.
Right. You
Breach
couldn't.
in the Reyna. Yeah.
Yeah. You couldn't track him. You got the breach in the radar, and you came back and killed the sky mid, and then you just could not. I think it was the sky mid. I'm pretty sure because he kept going.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna assume it's him. It's not a big deal. Whoever it was doesn't matter. Really, it's more like this is more of an aim issue.
New weapons.
In terms of this round, like you need to be able
Yeah.
to kill that gecko to make it a 1v1, and then
Yeah.
at least have a chance. I'm not saying that you will, but at least give yourself a shot to win these rounds, right? So your aim let you down
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
round, but you know that's fine. We'll work on that. It's super easy to get good aim, and I'll show you at the end after these notes. But
This
yeah,
is no
just,
little game of banquitas.
you know, I kind of
Focus,
remember
we carry you
how it
home
went.
in
I'll
a body
try
bag.
to reenact
My
it.
ultimate is ready.
Yeah, so you were on attack. You guys started here, you came back,
Yeah,
killed
yeah,
him, and
yeah.
then you killed two, and then the gecko swung you like this, and then
Yeah.
you were like,
I just. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
and you couldn't go. And it's pretty self-explanatory, nothing too crazy. Just gotta, it's a little bit of a mental thing too. It's like you got not caught off guard, but it's like you panic, right? Just
Yeah. Yeah.
take your time, even if you're whiffing, readjust, just kind of calm yourself down. Look at his head. Okay, that's a tip that I don't really tell my students, but it's a thing that I use where it's like a hand-eye coordination. If it's like throwing a ball, right? In real life, like if you look there and throw the ball, it should go there, right? Or
Mhm.
in basketball, they teach you to look at the back of the rim when you shoot. They don't teach you to shoot at the front look at the front of the rim because you're always gonna hit the rim,
Yeah.
right? So that's why they always tell you to
We,
look where you're shooting, right?
yeah, they always used to tell us to hit the board at the back
Right, right.
for it to drop in.
Or even in billiards, the same thing, right? You kind of have to look where you want the ball to go. You're not
Mhm.
looking at the ball. You're looking at the end position. So it's a hand-eye coordination thing,
Yeah.
where I look here, my body, my brain looks here, my body must follow. My body must follow. The physicalness, the hand must follow. My eyes go here, my hand must follow. So that we gotta work on that hand-eye coordination, which you will. And I know you're a bit older, which if starts to fall off when you're 30, right? Even for me, I started playing when I was 24 in Valorant, right? That's quite old as well, but uh, now I feel like it's not falling off a lot, but it's
Yeah.
slowly kind of slipping. Like I'm not as sharp, right? Because I'm a big athlete. I've been an athlete my whole life, so I've always been super sharp with those type of things. But now it's starting to not fade, but I'm just like, fuck it. I'm not like when I'm 15 years old, right? So, at parties, when beer bottles would fall, I would catch it with one hand with my
Yeah.
reflexes and stuff like that. But I don't know if I could do that these days. But you know what I mean. So let's move on. Round
Yeah.
14.
The kids won't let me drink these days.
That's fine. You're a family man now.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
those days are behind.
Yeah.
Soon for me too. I wasn't much of a drinker, but yeah. So round 14, he makes a call to rush. They enter into B. Okay, I like this call. Okay, you're like, you know what, Ron Eco, fuck it, let's give it a shot. I like it. Okay, even though it didn't work out, I like it. You guys actually had a really good chance of winning this round. I do
Yeah.
believe that if you won this round, okay, and I'm gonna not put the full blame on you, but a little bit of the weight is on your shoulders here on why
Yeah.
you lost, and I'll explain why. So he makes a call to rush. They enter into B as a rush. They kill this guy. So remember how you guys all started coming out here? This guy's
Yeah.
just AFK in the middle of the site. Just I don't know. And you guys just you dinked him and the
Yeah.
teammate
Yeah.
killed him. You guys start going. You start throwing your missiles down. I love these. Okay, so to turn
All
them to
missiles away.
re-peak. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, good utility usage here. Really good. And then you should probably pick up the gun or make sure that someone with really good aim
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
picking up the gun. Okay, so that's that. One problem I have here is he missiles breakable in heaven, but still in the same spot while his team is pushing Link. And all
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wrote is he needs to make a decision. You need to make a
Yeah.
decision to go play safe main, go push here, or go with your team. Obviously, the easy choice here is to go
I-
with them. Just go with
Yeah.
them.
I think I got onto site and I was like, oh, I've got onto site, but
Right.
I
You're
should have gone back to my original plan, just rushing them.
Right, and
And
you guys did rush them, but the problem is that you're hesitant in your decision making
Yeah.
here in this specific round. We're not sure. I can see it in your movement. You're just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
your team is doing a lot of work, and you're just sitting here AFK, right? You need to make a decision. Am I gonna go back and play the bomb, hold the flank? Because you did that sometimes on other sites, but this round you kind of went blank. You got on the site and got
Yeah.
like a little bit like scared. You're not sure if they're gonna peek. You're gonna come out here, but what I saw is your teammates were running to push this guy. Two
Yeah.
of them died in there, and you gotta go with them and at least give your team a chance to winning that fight there. Or even if they all die, hopefully that guy's 1 HP where all you have to do is just hit him one time, whatever it is. So just make a decision. Go push there,
Yeah.
go push there, or come back and play safe and watch flank. You gotta do something because you stood here in
Yeah.
this area. You just kind of like, right, you gotta just do something, okay? I do believe if you guys won this round, you guys would have won this game. Okay, you guys would have
Yeah.
pulled away at the end. And you guys might have even won even faster because these rounds where you eco them changes the momentum. I'm sure you
Yeah.
heard
Yeah.
me say that. Bro, these rounds will change the momentum, their mentality. They're like, fuck, how do we lose a round that's 90% win rate? Right? Like, there's gonna be shot. Like, some people start tilting off that shit. Sometimes I did too. When we're supposed to win in a close game and we lose those all our guns to an eco, I just start tilting. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Right? So it shoots your mental. It gets shot. So you gotta understand that as well. But just make a decision, okay? Because it was 5v3 at one point, and then you guys ended up losing something like that. It was like 5v4, and then 5v3, and
Yeah.
then it became 3v3, and you guys just got shitted on because they all have guns and you guys didn't pick up nothing. They got all lost in Link. Yep. Round 15, makes a call to fake. They trade out on C. It's 2v2, still whiffing. So there wasn't too much there. You guys were all like kind of trading out here, dying. You as
Yeah.
well, and you're just whiffing. Nothing crazy in that round. We'll see. You'll see it in the VOD. Round
Yeah,
16, they start A and get destroyed. So like that's all I can write. You guys started A and you guys got absolutely murdered. Okay. Uh, round 17, he sits spawn, has a good corner Viper. So this is that round we're
yeah,
about to
yeah,
talk
that
about right
round.
here.
Yeah.
Okay. He sits spawn, has a good corner. Viper baits for him. As in, whether you guys planned this bait or not, it's a bait. Because when he's here fighting them and he's dead, they're not gonna expect you to be here at this level.
Mhm.
There's and it was true. This gecko just ran out like this until he saw the side. He's like, oh, what the fuck? This guy's to my left, right? So, has a good corner. Viper baits for him, and he takes a stun out while the gecko and breach are running out. Okay, so I heard them running. I'm like, and I was gonna tell you get ready for the fight, but you just went like this.
Live
Push
Yeah,
this
munitions.
yeah.
out, and then they kind of it was unfortunate timing a little bit, but still, you need to be aware that they're gonna peek or run
Yeah.
out or whatever, or fight you or clear you. Okay, it's all situational, but you need to be aware that once he's dead, and let's go back to the tendencies. Okay, they've been running down every round, right? So when they kill the Viper here, do you think they're gonna run back A or are they gonna commit? What do you think?
Oh, dude, just commit.
Right, they're just gonna commit. Their playstyle to
Yeah.
me is super hyper aggressive, so you need to be ready for that. He's dead. You gotta be like, okay, fuck. Just tell yourself, fuck. They're about to run out off the information you've gathered on how they play. So and then you just boom, boom, they're dead. Okay.
Mhm.
And then you would have picked up a gun or whatever. And this is also a round I think you could have won for your team because they weren't fully in C yet, if I'm correct. If I'm thinking correctly, but you've killed them both. You just tell them, guys, come back, because when they're running like that, that means that they've identified you guys are this way. Okay, if they come like this, right? Because
Yeah.
they're taking the space, they've got information, or even they hear you guys there. So once you kill these guys are the last guys. There's no one else on site. So you need to just tell them, come back, come back, come back, stuff like that, and you would have had free sight if you killed them both. Okay. Um, round 18, he calls for default. Almost kills Omen. Doesn't feed the info. So this is that round with the sheriff.
Yeah.
You were here, and then I thought you were gonna kill him, but you didn't. You're because a little bit of a whiff, a little bit of a panic fight. Not like a huge panic, but just like a
Yeah.
mental panic. A little bit of thrown off. Because you don't expect that guy to run out like that. I didn't really expect him to run out like that too, but you need to tell your team. Remember we touched on this, guys. Omen 1 HP C main coming to you because the Viper went like this, looked here, and he died because there was a timing. So if you told him, he would have been like this. I killed him with one shot. Okay, nothing crazy there. They start round 19. They start B. He gets shot at in one tap, so a little bit unlucky. You swung and then you just went into the bullet.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
was when
They're
two of
fighting
them were
mid.
in front
Yeah,
of me,
yeah, yeah.
and like yeah,
You just went like this and
uh,
you just died. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
bruh, super unlucky. Happens to me too, bro. Happens to everybody. It's all good.
I must have had big head mode installed.
Round 20, they default. So this is where it starts turning around. Okay, they start default. He gets 2 good kills on C main. Sees Omen flash and calls to go. So initially you wanted to go C, but I said go away, go away, go away. Okay, he's semi, and then it was free, pretty much free, right?
Yeah.
Because if there's 2 here dead that you killed, and plus the Omen, that's 3 people. That means this is max 2 people, maximum. If they playing retake B, as in they leave this open and then pulling here. But this level, I'm just gonna assume they're somewhere towards spawn, running towards C when they see 2 of their teammates die. So this is pretty much free in this level. So gets 2 kills on C. See Omen flash and calls to go A. He semi clears sight and goes drop back to default, drones into stairs. So you came all the way here through this way, but the problem here I have is that you didn't clear anything. You're just running into the site. We gotta be vigilant just in case this guy is just still here.
Okay.
Clear everything. Okay. Get here. Look here. Look tree. Your team's coming with you. Look heaven. Okay. Look here. Okay. Look tree again. Your teammates are going there. Okay. You don't need to look at it. Come drop. Okay. And then stay here. Okay. So let me read this. He semi-clears sight, goes drop back to default. So you came here, gave it up, you got here, and then you droned. Drones into the stairs. He needs to just save all unaware where the enemies are coming post plant without comp. So you drone, right? You didn't see anything, and then I saw your teammate die to the Omen here. You gotta be that guy to know. You gotta know that he's there.
Yeah.
Okay, he's to your left. There was a second where you were like this. You're dead. at the higher levels. You're finished.
Mhm.
So you gotta know he's there. You gotta play accordingly. Okay, and tell your team, guys, Omen is outside tree. And then you hear one stairs as well, one tree, guys. They're both. You gotta repeat it so people understand, especially at this level. Higher levels, you still have to repeat because the rounds get hectic as fuck, right? So, you say it one time, it's not good enough. Sometimes you gotta tell them, guys, both, and then and they'll reconfirm with you. Okay, I'm coming. Stay alive, stay up. Just wait. Play off me, whatever it is. So,
Was that the one with the gecko ult
yep, yep, it
as
was.
well?
Yep,
Because I
yep,
was surprised that
yep, yep.
gecko ult didn't get me. If
Yeah.
I'm
You went
being
like
honest.
this and it missed, or it flew
Yeah,
by you and it missed. Yeah, and then I just wrote unaware of where the enemies are coming from post plant
yeah,
without comms, and obviously you gotta save your ult. You just ulted. You're
yeah.
here, and then you just you should just if you're just gonna make sure it doesn't get the just probably just you know just sit here and AFK.
Yeah. Okay.
But I thought too that they could maybe stick, but I realized they weren't sticking because they're running around on the site. So you gotta kind of identify that. But yeah, not too crazy of a round to be honest. Just a little bit of our utility usage being reckless, not knowing where they're gonna come from. Pretty much it.
Yep.
Good kills by you. Really good kills. You set up your team to win that round though by getting 2 on C main. So let's move on. Round 21. They default. Gets a good kill on A. Calls to go A. So they default. Gets a good kill on A. Calls to go A. So I can't remember where you killed this guy. I think it was here, right? Somewhere
Was
here.
it the Rainer where?
I think so. It's
This,
round 21. But
yeah,
okay, I think it's
I
the
think the
Reyna
Rainer started pushing out, and
or
I
like the
repositioned
it could have
to.
been the Gecko or the Breach. Okay, it doesn't matter. You got a good kill here. Great job.
Yeah.
And then calls to go A. Okay, opens the door. I was like, open the door and drone in. Remember, you were here.
Yeah.
And you droned in. Great.
Locating target.
Okay, at these levels, it's fine to do this play, but at the higher levels, probably not so much because they're gonna kill you. So get your teammate to do it. Find some cover
Okay.
and then
Drone
do it.
going out.
Okay, so you did that. Great job. You cleared tree as well. I was wondering if you were gonna clear that because it looked like you were just gonna go like this, but you cleared it. Great, and then you came out with it. Let me read this. Calls to go A, opens door, drones in, team sets up. Team starts planning and playing accordingly. He tells team, I'm watching flank. So he ended up, I don't think he opened the door. You came back like this. And you're like, oh, I'm gonna go watch the flank, and then you killed the A main flanker. I think it was, I don't remember who it was, but you came here and killed him. That was
It
good.
was a
Good job.
gecko.
Yeah, it was a good job, right? Most of my students, lower level guys, will just stay on the site AFK, but you giving this space is really crucial. If you give it up, I mean, so when you hold this, okay, and they tell you stairs, and you've been holding it for a while, they're not coming. You can automatically go here and start killing them as well, or through breakable door. So this area is important on the post plant for the attackers, because if you don't have that, they're just gonna start coming out, right? They just all they have to do is just come this way and come out like that. Don't worry about their. Obviously they'll clear it, but yeah, that's that. So kills the flanker. Good job. Round 22. Starts C main. Holding. He sees his teammate die mid, comes to trade Reyna, to kill Reyna, and could have killed Sky. So this is that round where you're holding this, nothing happened, your teammate died, you killed the Reyna right here, boom, and then you try to fight the Sky again, and he killed you, unfortunate, so nothing much there, but I do believe you should kill that Sky with a little bit better of a consistent aim there, because it looked like you were going to kill him, like, yo, he's got him, but I think you instant crouch, and he headshotted you, because you fell into his crosshair. So one thing I'll say briefly is that do not crouch fight in this lobbies because their crosshair is not head level, right? It's on the body, neck. So when you crouch, you're automatically on their head. So start crouching when you understand people are using immaculate head crosshair placement, which is around Ascendant 3 plus, low Immortal plus. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wouldn't recommend doing that until you're Immortal.
Do you recommend just unbinding it up until that point,
Yeah, so that's what I did when I had a trouble of,
Okay.
I was instant crouching and dying all the time. I unbounded it so I get used to. And I'm not saying never crouch in fights. I'm saying don't instant crouch. Okay, you need to fight and then crouch, fight, get up, and then crouch again or whatever it may be. But don't just go. Okay, you gotta fight this guy, crouch, get up. You know, add like a throw them off. You know, right here, just crouch, peek him, stuff like that. So, you know, don't just instant. This shouldn't be your first movement. Your first movement when you're fighting should be like a movement, a little bit of a whatever it is. Okay. But yeah.
I've just uncrouched it already. But
Okay. Okay. Round 23, so gets good kill on C main, and then you guys lost a round. Nothing really crazy there. You got traded immediately, but yep, that's all your notes. Okay, so I'm gonna
Yep.
send you these notes right now. Give me 1 second, so I don't delete this. I have a student after you, so I did that once, which I don't want to do, which is really bad. But luckily the VOD's there, right? So
yeah.
they can always go back on that if I've lost that. 1 second. Okay, and then we'll go in the range. I'll briefly show you, you don't have much time though, that's the thing. So I'm not gonna make it too crazy. I'm just gonna show you some good stuff you need to do. And
Yeah.
yeah, so you can stop watching. Oh wait, sorry, let me keep sharing my screen.
Yeah,
And
time wise, for me, like I'm not at work currently. I'll be back soon because I'm waiting for an operation.
yeah.
So I can
Is it like
do
a
quite.
surgery on your bone or something, your
Yeah,
arm?
no, I've got a really bad hernia at the minute.
Ugh. In your spine?
So no, it's on my belly button.
Ooh, a hernia in your belly button? Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds not so pleasant.
My
No,
ultimate's
it's
ready.
not been. I've been
Isn't a
off work
hernia when
for.
muscle is coming out through
It's your
this?
intestines
Oh, okay,
pushing
okay.
through the muscle. Yeah.
I see. I see. That's not
Yeah.
that
So,
does not sound pleasant at all. But
but I've been able to put more time in the day, like
gotcha,
practicing.
gotcha,
That's one. But
gotcha.
even when I was at work,
Yeah,
like once the kids were like settled, I'd be on like if they were downstairs
yeah,
settled, they'd come over, we'd play. I'd do DMs
yeah,
practice.
yeah. So I'm gonna keep it
Uh,
nice and sweet for you, okay? Because
yep.
I don't want you spending 30 minutes in here. You lose like a sixth of all your time. So, uh, we're gonna come here. I'll go really fast. So, uh,
Yep.
you see this ledge, right? So turn the
Yeah.
practice spots on. You're gonna come here. You've probably seen me explain these
Yeah.
earlier on.
I've been doing this
Good, good.
most
So
days.
then I won't go too crazy. And so again, go slowly. It's a precision
Mhm.
based exercise. Slow. Make sure you're identifying where you're going wrong. Stuff like that. So you
Yep.
see in this one, I don't have to explain it too much. Do it. Go left to right, right to left. For you, I would probably say stay on this for like 5-10 minutes. Put some music
Okay.
on. Just really really focus on your aim. If it's you're going fast and you're missing, you gotta slow down. Okay? And if you
Mhm.
want to go fast, you just gotta make sure that you're not gonna miss. Stuff like that. Okay. So we'll move on.
Okay.
So the second one is I probably are you a Vandal or Phantom player?
I play with Vandal
Okay.
mainly. I have been practicing in DMs more recently with Phantom.
Yep.
I just
Yeah.
I
So
think it would just take a lot more practice anyway.
I'll switch it up because you don't really. I think for you, you're more of a one tapper, so you don't need really 5-shot burst control. So, we'll go to easy bots. You go to the easy bots, okay?
Yeah.
It's just super easy, but we gotta master the basics. So, and once you get faster at it, so you stay here, adjust, and work on your one tapping, okay?
Yep.
And then make sure you're looking at the head, like I told you. Don't just look at the outline or just looking straight, okay? Or using your peripheral vision. Look at the bot, because your
Okay.
hand will follow. Okay, try not to miss, obviously. So, this probably will take like a minute, I guess, for 30. So it's because like a little bit of time in between. So, do this like minimum 3 times a day, okay? Or okay, we'll start with 2, okay?
Yeah.
And then we'll go to medium. I don't know if you can do the hard ones right now, but we'll go to the medium, and we'll do the same thing. And add like a little bit of movement if you want. You don't have to. Go a little bit faster.
I do hard sometimes, but it's more of like a try and keep. Sometimes I feel if I just do it too slow in games.
Yep. So yeah, whatever you want, but just we'll just stay on these for now.
Yeah.
Cause the hard one, I kind of know. I'm not saying that you're not gonna be able to do it. It's just gonna be really hard. So let's work on these first, then
Yep.
work our way up there. And obviously don't miss. Okay, try to get 30. Okay,
Mhm.
anything under 20 on these is no good. You need to be like
Yeah.
25. Okay, easy is like 28 plus. Medium like 25, probably still okay, but still you need to be close to 30 on these because they're so
Okay.
easy, right? But it's more practicing Overall, just mouse
Yep.
control, work on your one taps. You can add a two shot burst as well, because there are gonna be times where one tap is not enough.
It's why I asked the question about sensitivity yesterday.
Yep.
Because I've been doing the Kovacs Pure G like nearly every day anyway.
Yep.
And I think I struggle on like the tracking task, but I don't know if
Yep.
that's because of me or my.
I sent you that
sensitivity.
playlist, right? The Pure G one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your sense right now?
It's 0.3,
0.2. What's your DPI?
800.
Okay, it's not. It's pretty slow.
I've got the I feel a bit more accurate on it, but
Right.
it just feels
I mean,
when I'm tracking.
yeah. It's slow because it's more of a mouse movement, like a larger movement that you need to do.
Yeah.
But so we probably talked about this on stream. You were probably there, where slow sense, you're gonna get more precision,
Yeah.
but you lose speed, right? So when you have low sense, you need to practice more speed stuff. So another exercise I'll give you for that is you come here, get a classic, make sure the bot armor's on, and you just try to just click. Okay, this will increase your overall horizontal speed, because Valorant is really horizontal, right? It's not really a lot of shooting like Overwatch, right? It's really all like this. So get here, put the classic on, okay, and just try to be fast. Don't just go like. Okay, you gotta push yourself. Okay. Whatever it is. Okay, so do this one as well. Really good for your flicking and overall speed. Working on it like that. You gotta find the sweet spot. Obviously, it takes hours to being like, okay, I like fast sense, I like medium sense. It's all preference though, at the end of the day, and what you're willing to trade off. Like me, I'm in the medium speed. So I started at like really high sense, and then I lowered it. And when I went to Immortal for the first time, it was at or where I really kept it for years was over the time was 0.48, 800. Okay, that was my sense, like my sense. Even to this day, when I feel bad, I go to that sense sometimes because I have so many hours on that sense and aim training. But now I'm on 0.44 because I went down to 0.4. But then I'm like, yo, it's a little bit too slow for me. I cannot do the things I'm able to do before because I'm getting older and stuff. So I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna go back to I don't want to go to 0.48 because it feels too fast now, but I want to be in between. So I made it 0.44, 800. So I'm in like the mid-high range where I still have a good level of speed and also accuracy because just practice accuracy, right? So that's just me though. It's all preference, but you gotta find that sweet spot where what am I willing to trade off? Am I willing to trade off speed because I have the speed already? I'm good with my mouse, or am I willing to trade off the precision because I have precision and I want more speed, be able to just flick people, micro adjust better stuff, whatever it is. But you gotta kind of decide that on your own. It's hard for me to tell you which to use, but yeah, you gotta be understanding how that works for you to really trade off in terms of sensitivity. Another exercise. You've seen the dead zoning exercise I've done, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you need to you need to do this. I'm not gonna explain it because you've already seen it. I'm not. It's gonna be a waste of time. But billboard to billboard, right?
Yep.
And then we cut it in half. Okay, and remember, it's like, okay, minimum for you. I want 10 each. So 10 on this, 10 here.
Yep.
And then you cut it in half 10. Okay, and then we do. Okay, 10 as that one as well. And then you've obviously saw the last one too. Have you seen that? This one?
Yeah. The
Turn the
scrape
bolts
in
on.
between,
Okay,
yeah.
these two need to be priority for you. Okay, because
Okay.
you will become better where you're swinging somebody. You're not instant crouching. You're swinging, adjust, shoot, come back to cover. Swing, shoot, come back to cover. Okay, so
Okay.
work on those extensively, like super extensively, like every day, at least 5 minutes minimum on those. You'll start seeing an improvement in your movement, your fighting capabilities. Because I think really that's what you struggle with is your. I'm not saying that you cannot fight, but it's inefficient. You just right. You see him, you're automatic, but you need to be at a level where you see him, you just slightly move and he misses on you, just instant delete, stuff like that. So work on those. Keep doing the pure G, okay? You may not see, everyone's different. Some of my students, I send it to them, they're like, "Oh my God, you're turning me into a god after like the first five days, right?" But some students like, "Yo, I'm not feeling anything." So it's really um, it's really the person, but also it's up to the person to making sure that he's going 100% effort. If you're not putting effort in, as in you're
Yeah,
just kind of going through the motions, and it's too hard, you don't want to push yourself, it's never gonna get better. You need to
yeah, yeah.
feel the difficulty in your brain, as in yo, my brain, like, because when I first started aim trainers, I used to feel that in my brain. I'm like, oh my god, like my brain is struggling, like cognitively. Like, I'm like,
Yeah,
holy shit, right? So um,
that pure G
the tracking is
playlist.
hard. It's hard. The tr
It's the oh, I
the,
can't
the,
remember. I
the
think it's the
small
TMS.
the small dot
It,
that goes like this is the hardest one for me, because it's so small and it's faster.
oh,
Like, in the beginning, it's
that,
like
that
the third exercise.
yeah,
That one.
it's the second one. It's the
Oh yeah,
second
yeah,
one on
second one.
mine.
And then there's another one
The
where where it goes like back and forth, and then you gotta shoot the small dot. That one's good as well. But make
the
sure you got that unlocked. Yep, go ahead.
the one that gets me is the I think it's the TMS one, where you've got to hold on to the spheres for a certain amount of time before they go, and
Which one was
that's
that one?
uh,
There's
let
so many
me.
in that one. That's such a good playlist though. But
Yeah, yeah,
I'm trying to remember
I've been enjoying
TMS.
it.
You know,
Let me.
you know what my favorite one is in that one is the Eclipse flick. That one,
Oh yeah,
it
yeah.
feels really nice when you get a hang of it. Like it's just like tee 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 tee. You just start
Oh,
flicking that
it's the
little. It feels so good when you're like destroying it, right? Like hitting all the shots. That
it's
one's
the
really
TAM.
from all the TAM. Is it the six
Yeah,
shot
the
one or
TAM.
the three one?
It's the
The six one.
uh yeah, the 180.
The
It's just
one.
before the micro adjust 5 targets. That's
Oh,
the hardest one.
Is it the two dot one?
No, it's not. It's not
Oh, I can't
two
remember. I
dots.
can't remember on top of my head.
Yeah,
To be honest,
it's
I
where you've got to hold the sphere with the mouse and the crosshair.
okay. I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, because
Oh,
me, I never learned the exercise names too much. I just did them, right? So I just really knew um eclipse flick, and then I like the three shot one where you go really fast on the three shot one.
oh, the raw mouse control.
Yeah, yeah, that one's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
And then I like
Yeah,
the one with the six dots, the small ones. I forgot what that one's called, but you just it's like six
oh, yeah,
dots.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's one of my favorites too. That will really
yeah,
get your aim really good when you and those that one. It's best to make sure you're precise rather than
yeah.
fast, and then build up the speed. But just keep on this, bro. Keep on it for every day, whenever you can. I know it's lengthy. It probably eats up a lot of your time, but try to at least do it every day, when you can, because as long as you maintain your aim and stuff, it will cross over. As long as you're doing with the range too. Um,
Yeah.
I would like to tell you to do 10 DMs a day, but it's hard for you, right? You only got 3 hours,
I
but
to be honest, I consider it like the 3 hours of just trying to get comping. Like, as I said,
right,
in,
right.
in the day when the kids are playing, if like they're having their lunch and stuff, I normally jump on and just do DMs
Yeah, yeah,
anyway,
yeah,
and I can normally get through about 5 when they're having lunch, and then.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
again,
It's
it
super tough.
differentiates,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I
between the
understand,
days.
bro. Having four kids must be. I have no kids, so I need to have kids soon. But
Uh,
it must be
it's a challenge.
for
Like that's
sure.
why two
Yeah.
two us so two of them are my stepchildren. So
Gotcha,
my
gotcha.
wife had already had children before
Yeah,
I
yeah,
met her. So
yeah. It's more.
but
It's tough. Yeah, I fully
yeah,
understand. Like children are not
they're
easy.
great.
Yeah,
They're
good, good,
great. We set up my
great,
stepson's computer in the
nice.
just behind me, and he plays Fortnite while I'm on
That's sick.
Valorant.
That's sick. Okay, so do you have any questions, concerns, things you want to work on?
Uh, not
Anything.
really. I think
Okay.
not really. I obviously I'm gonna after this go
What?
get my phone and pay for like 4 week
Okay.
bulk.
Okay. So
Um,
you want to continue once a week?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
good, good. Okay, that's good, because then I'll say, I'll try my best to expedite your progress as much as I can, right? I'm gonna help guide you.
yeah,
I tell all my students this, but I already know you seem like a quite diligent guy, so I know that you're gonna put in the work. You're willing to. Remember, I asked you, I'm like, hey, what do you want? You said, everyone wants to immortal, but I just want to improve pretty much. That's kind of what I got. Is like you want to
yeah,
overall
yeah,
just carry your games, start climbing a little bit, and improve. And trust me, we'll be able to do that super easily and get you to. And let's not sell ourselves short. You know, a lot of my students are like, yeah, I just want to be ascendant. You know, I'm like, if you want to be ascendant, you might as well aim for immortal, right? Like, then
Yeah,
even if you fall short, you can be at least low immortal or something like that. Where, because some of my students will be like, yeah, I just want to go up one rank. It's like, bro, like, what's the point? Like, you might as well
yeah,
shoot high, just in case you fall low. You're already above where your goal was. So, yeah, we can definitely really, I can help you get there. You're gonna put in the work. I know you are. I will really help you. Uh, and you're gonna watch, my streams and stuff. Also, I'm gonna be probably playing more, so that way you can see how I talk when I play on
yeah.
stream, and it'll be good for you guys. Cause there was a session with Omar, this one guy, where I don't know if you watched it, but he was struggling. I watched him play 3 games. He could not just get it. So I was like, you know what? I was gonna make him play a fourth game. I was like, you know what? Watch me play. Okay, and
Hmm.
he saw me play, and I dropped 31 in a diamond lobby. I was
Oh,
smurfing,
yeah.
and he was just like, okay, now I'm starting to understand how I'm supposed to play, right? And he's a plat player, so
Yeah.
because he was struggling with plat, he climbed from bronze to plat. He's originally diamond, but he got stuck again because he's not
Hmm.
readjusting. And I was like frustrated with him. I'm like, bro, like you need to just kind of stay locked because he's just tapping out mentally and just giving up, right? So I'm like, bro, just watch me
Yeah.
play. And then he watched me play. He's like, and then he comes to the 10 mans and plays with us now. And he's improved a lot over just watching me play. So I'm gonna try my best to do that. It's just I'm so tired after sessions to
Yeah, yeah.
play. It's just hard, but I'm gonna try my best to do that. So yeah, so I'll send you these
I mean,
notes. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
your sessions are the G. The amount of like time you put
Right.
into them.
Yeah, yeah. I try to
Yeah,
make sure it's valuable time. I don't want to
yeah.
just watch you play one game and say fuck off, right? Like I because the thing is that's happened to me. That's kind of why I take a different approach where
Mhm.
I paid $30 for an hour and the guy literally just watched me play and said like 5 generic notes. He's like, okay, we're done. It's like what the like
Yeah, yeah.
what the hell, like, right? So, and that's why I keep it affordable because it's not really the money for me. I told all my students, like most of my students that asked me about this, is like it's really to share what I know and I how I got to this level to
Mhm.
you guys because I know what it's like to be stuck. I know what it's like to start from the bottom up. Okay, I was never starting at immortal. I got there by myself through hard work, learning by myself. No one helped me, guide me, right? So I really want to kind of share that type of knowledge, stuff like that. But yeah, so we'll talk. Did you want to just book same time maybe for next week? That way.
No, my wife does night. It rotates, so she does every Monday night.
Okay.
But then it rotates between Thursdays and Saturdays.
Gotcha. So I'll
So
be honest, my Saturdays are quite booked up. I have two
um,
guys that come every Saturday, regulars.
it don't have to
So
be Saturday. It
yeah,
can
yeah.
be
So
any other day barring Monday.
okay. Yeah, Mondays will be better, but just try to let me know in advance. That way I
Yeah,
can save that time for you. Because for me, what happens is uh, it gets booked. My week gets booked up at the end of last week. So you know what I mean. So at the end
yeah,
of the
yeah,
week, the next week's will start getting booked up. So
yeah,
you gotta let me know before the end of the week, like middle of the week, beginning of the week. Just tell me or whatever, and then we'll work it out. But
yeah.
uh, yeah,
It's not too bad. Like when my wife's at
yeah.
work, the only issue is my 4-year-old daughter hasn't slept through the night since September. So I'm
What the hell?
like, yeah,
Holy
yeah,
crap!
yeah, yeah. So if she's not with
Oh,
me
it's
or
like,
my wife,
is she like
she'll
a
just wake up.
really young baby?
No, she's 4,
Okay.
nearly 5, but she doesn't like being in the room
Gotcha. Like
by herself.
by herself. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
pretty standard. Wants to
so
sleep
when
with
my
daddy
wife's
and
at
mommy.
work, yeah, when my wife's at work,
Yep.
like I can get some games in, but when she wakes up, that's
Yeah.
the night done.
It, it,
Which is how I happen to across your YouTube videos, and that's when I joined the Discord because
yep.
I was awake at like 1 in the morning. I was
True.
like,
Yeah. I think you actually been on the stream for a long time now. I think like a couple weeks, no? Like 2 weeks, I
yeah,
think.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think you've been
yeah,
watching me for quite a while because
yeah.
you always say what up on the stream and stuff. Always happy to have you
I'm
on my
I'm
streams.
I'm because
You,
she's up on high low. I'm always like
yeah.
up anyway.
Yeah. But okay, great session, bro. I
Yeah,
know it was one game, but great that you're willing to work with me. So we're really gonna improve you. Keep up on the pure G, okay, every day
yeah,
if you can. I know you're busy, so you got 4 kids, but do it if you can and do this range stuff. Keep up with your
yeah,
DMs. Also, one thing I'd say is, some days if you don't want to play or you don't have time, just do DMs only. Spend an hour on
yeah,
the
yeah.
DMs. You'll get like 5, 6, 7
Like,
DMs. in, and also do switch it up, do TDMs as well. TDMs are
Yeah.
really good for aim. It's not more so for movement or crosshair placement, but it's more for raw aim. So work on that, okay? But great session. Any last thing you want to ask me or anything?
No, I was just going to say I do that consistently. And if the
Good,
kids are
good.
having rough days, I normally just come on and do DMs because it's something
Right. Good.
I can come off if needed.
Yeah.
It's like if I come off a comp, I'm like banned for however long it is.
Yep. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
great job.
I do have something to ask actually.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm offering Discord security.
You saw that last night, bro. I was tilting, man. I was tilting this guy.
Yeah.
He actually ended up, I didn't ban him. He actually ended up leaving the Discord. So,
Did he?
yeah, he left the Discord. So that's kind of, so I guess
Um,
he wasn't going to pay for coaching. He was just trying to
Yeah.
trick me, which is kind of
He's got-
fucked up. Um,
Gone to watch nuke someone else's stream.
yeah, like, but it was so sketchy because he messaged me in 2 in the morning. He's like, "Hey, I want coaching." I was like, "Great." We set up on a time. I sent him my PayPal, and then immediately after, I get a message from Discord just saying, "Do not trust this
Yeah.
account. It's a stolen account or some shit like that. Don't accept any offers from him." And then, and then as soon as I see that, the Discord. Sorry, he sends me a link to his Discord. He's like, "Hey, I'll promote your Discord here." I'm like, "Whoa, this is so weird," right? And I just told him, I said, "Hey, just tell them a little detail, send a message. I don't need to join your Discord." And I joined it to see, and there's all these like buttons you need to click. I'm like, bro, this is so sketchy. It's probably like trying to steal my information or something. So I just left. But yeah, that was hilarious, man.
It was fun. It was
That
fun.
was I should clip that and upload that. But that like he was kind of trolling too back. But it's just like, bro, like if he thinks that I'm gonna get tricked that easily, like I don't know. But it did kind of scare me because I was like, yo, what if he does nuke my Discord or something? But it is what it is, man. But great session, Muller.
Yeah.
I will see you whenever. Let
I
me know.
hope I'll be there for the 10-mans at some point. It won't be like
So it's gonna be all weekend. It's gonna be Saturday and Sunday. We're gonna start it on Saturday, but it'll be Saturday and Sunday. So if you miss Saturday, you can make Sunday. Like Sunday my time. I don't know if that's if wait that is Sunday your time as well. Yeah. So it'll be fine.
it come up as 5 o'clock on
Yeah.
Discord, so I'd assume.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm gonna start it earlier on the Sunday because on Saturdays I have EU I started early, but NA started later because I have sessions.
Yeah.
They can queue I guess earlier if they wanted, but it's really up to them. But so yeah, so I'll send you the VOD later tonight. The YouTube video will go up probably tomorrow. I gotta wait for my thumbnail guy, and keep in
Is the
touch.
caption going to be Coach's old man?
Yeah, coaching old man. The caps. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
bait the title a little bit here.
Yeah.
Mega boom,
Yeah.
a European boomer.
The European boomer,
But
yeah.
great session, bro. We'll talk
Yeah.
soon. I always see you around in Discord and stream. So good job
Yeah,
today. Keep
no
doing
worries.
your stuff. Okay, put in the work, and it's gonna pay off. And I'll help you work on the mental stuff, and it's super easy. You're a balanced player, so it's not like it's one-sided. Okay, GG's, man.
Appreciate
Take
it.
care. Have a good
Enjoy
night.
the-
Okay, I know it's late too.
I'll probably get on the stream for a little bit. 'Cause I'm
Okay,
gonna have a
no problem.
coffee and
Yeah.
buy some shit off Amazon.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, I'll see you on stream.
Right.
All right.
See you in a
Later.
bit. Bye.
Yep. Take care.